stream should be going.
Oh, well, I
live
could
and
just-
unlisted.
Right as he said that, it said, "Want to remove ads? Get ad-free videos with YouTube Red.
Oh,
Try
if
it
you-
free."
You gotta have
Let me just
YouTube
sign up for
Red
that real
to
quick.
be part of this.
Right as he said that,
Yeah.
it said,
Heck yeah,
"Want to remove
YouTube Red,
ads?
baby.
Get ad-free videos with YouTube
Sign up
Red.
free.
Try it
You
free."
gotta have
Let me
YouTube
just
I signed
sign
up
up
free
for that
12 months
to be
ago,
part
and
of
I'm
this.
so happy. It's still free, right?
Remove
YouTube Red,
ads,
baby.
get ad-free videos. YouTube
Sign
Red.
up free.
Is
No,
it?
I'm just kidding.
Let me
No, I
just
signed
sign
up
up
free
for that.
12 months ago. But I feel like that's how they trap you, because you get it and you like it, and then
Let's keep talking.
they just
Does this mark
All right,
signed
I'm
up charges
talking.
But I feel like
Sean
that's
will
how
continue
they
to not
trap
be
you,
here.
because you get it and you like
I'm
it.
here.
Let's keep
It's
talking.
just a like to mute it
Alright,
because
I'm
I'm using like
talking.
a real mic, so
Sean,
everything
continue.
is freaking being picked up.
Are you here?
Yes, I'll tell him.
Or you made a stone.
What did he say? Did we finally get those promotions?
We'll just
No.
fuck it. I'll figure
We
out the
just got
audio
fired.
live. We'll let the chat tell me it's bad or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they can
and I
figure out how bad it is.
Yeah.
Well, then I hope you guys have the episode ready yourselves.
I do,
Continue to
but
not be here, 'cause you
let's
get it.
wait 2 seconds for people to.
Well, I haven't. Made
Where
it.
is
I
this
haven't-
being
I'm not doing it
streamed
yet.
on?
I haven't even made it live. Will, I'm just saying.
I
I'm just
am
making sure you're
ready.
ready before I make the stream live.
Where is this
Pop's
being
ready.
streamed
On YouTube.
live? Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, I figured why not? Because we have no way to like promote it, and nobody has streamed from the Husky Rate channel.
Wait,
in
on
a million
YouTube?
years. Yeah. Why would it be on Twitch that hasn't been used in 5 months? Like that'd be stupid.
Well, it dawned on me when you said unlisted, and then like
Yeah.
about 15 seconds later, I was
Yeah.
like, "Wait, that's not a Twitch thing.
You can't
It's
do
a
that on
YouTube thing.
Twitch.
You can't do that on Twitch."
You can't say that on television.
Let me just
I mean,
download the
when you said
gaming.
unlisted, I was hoping we were going to do it on Mixer, but you know, that's just me.
Mixer is my preferred.
That's not a Twitch thing.
You
It's a
Beam.
YouTube
I'm
thing.
all about Beam.
Beam, baby, beam.
You can't say Beam that on turned into
Oh,
Oh. Mixer, guys.
I know, but but we're original.
Yeah, I'm OG.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
original
make it.
Beam,
All right, I'm
yeah,
just
we're-
gonna make this listed. I'm gonna make it public.
I'm gonna try and tweet this out.
Good luck. Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Thanks.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. What a great movie. Should be live, maybe.
Which one is
I
that?
never know how it works. That's from the first Spider-Man movie. As the
I see
Green
it.
Goblin is going to jet in to
Yes, welcome to our Spider-Man series discussion.
yeah.
Thank you for joining us
the
today.
stream, the Husky Rate Spider-Man analysis.
We're gonna be talking
break
about
down.
Tobey Maguire films are still the best.
Well, yeah, the first two are absolutely. The Raimi vision is the only vision that's acceptable of the Spider-Man universe, all right? He's the most loyal to the original comic books. You know, he doesn't branch off into this ultimate Marvel nonsense. He sticks with the pure, amazing Spider-Man style. That's enough of that. Okay. Sean says he saw it, so I think we're good then, right? It's to me.
Yeah, I just got the background of the basically first episode.
It should only
Tweeting.
have the background. I could make it have something else while we're just
I
sitting
found
here.
it.
I could
I
put
found
on a random other thing. Hello there, Cupcake Girl 27. Let me just
Welcome
here. Let me
to
change it
the
up.
painting.
Let me just change it up for you guys. Let me just this is. Oh, it's not gonna work because I'm in Skype. You guys suck. You ruined my life. There it is. Wait.
Don't
I
see it
didn't
yet.
ruin your life. I didn't ruin nothing.
Oh, black.
I
Darkness.
want them.
And there it
Husky
is.
Rate eyes. Let's just.
There it is.
Let's just switch back here. Switch back here. Hello there, Quinlan
Switch
and
back,
Cameron.
wind back. Young button,
You-
floor, make the booty go.
Oh, okay. So, Will, you tweeted, and things should be working, right?
Yeah, I tweeted.
You did a tweet.
Uh,
then
He
then
did a
people
tweet.
are ready. People are ready for
When
me to
he
hit the play button.
Isn't
to-
going
You won't do it.
dig
You
my
won't.
eyebrows.
I'm just saying, like,
And-
you guys, are you guys ready? And like, if I start a countdown, you'll be ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so
I
I'm gonna
mean-
say
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, play.
There's a mosquito.
That's it. It's ruined. A mosquito. It's ruined.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
This episode. Yes, there it is. Hello there, Bibble and other people. And oh god, Carlos is here.
Does
End the
this
stream.
Carlos.
Look big.
The
End the
man
stream!
himself.
Yes.
Oh, Carlos is here.
Someone's
We don't
phone
want
is
that.
ringing. Who didn't
Hey
turn
there,
it off?
Ted.
Are you-
Congrats
Are
on
you
the
thinking
promotion.
of the episode?
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Is that what we're joking
Yeah, we
about right
caused a
now?
lot of damage, but you have to understand.
So the thing about this is, we started season 2 with the scene from
What did he
season
say?
1.
We did.
We
finally
cheated.
get those
We did
promotions?
cheat it.
We did
Nobody
cheat.
noticed.
We just got fired.
Why do I feel like I hear it twice? Am I crazy?
You do hear it
Yeah,
twice.
someone-
Someone's not using
Thrown into an
headphones.
alien
Oh,
dimension,
good.
forced to fight a
Good.
monster, so we could stop an evil
It's-
warlord from
it's
bringing
freaking
it
me
to
out.
I hear it
humans
twice.
Who is
and
not
destroying
using
the solar
headphones
system
right
in the
now?
process.
I'm
Now,
using
Witches is
headphones.
A bit of a drama queen
Did he
and
go
loses
away?
his head in these situations.
Yeah.
But luckily, I was able to keep calm.
Yep.
I
Easy,
realized
Kyle.
the monster was
What?
weak in
How
his
is it me? I'm using
I was able
headphones.
to stop him from
I
getting
don't know.
free. No big deal.
I'm using
Pretty
headphones.
much saved
Is
the
it back?
entire universe with my bare hands.
No.
So you may not notice
I
that
don't
the
know.
song
It's
is playing right now in the club.
Yes, it is.
It's
So,
actually
yeah.
the party song.
This is the first episode
So
of the
anyways,
season, which we wanted
how
to do a
about you buy me
musical
that
episode because no real reason, honestly. We just like musicals.
Because we wanted to.
Yeah,
We wanted
because
to musical episode
So,
as
how'd you
early
get
as
with the
like
warlock?
episode 3 of season 1. So
yeah,
So you struck
that's
out?
exactly what
I
it
struck
is,
out.
Carlos.
Can you believe
What up,
it?
Kyle?
My partner
It
and I
was,
saved the
we wanted to
world,
write a
and I
musical
can't even get
episode,
it.
and we also wanted to really
aren't still referring to me
confuse
as your
our audience
partner,
and
right?
have them
Yes.
get angry
That might have
and be like,
something to
"What
do
the
with
fuck was with
Look
all
at
the
us,
songs?" That's what we
Look
wanted.
at
So.
us.
Didn't
no,
like
no, they didn't say what's with all the songs. What's with all the musicals?
Yeah, that, I
actually.
didn't
the
understand
tips
that.
to support
That's
your
probably one of the
wife.
weirdest
Actually, I make
receptions
way
to an
more here than
episode.
I did
I
as a
feel
kid.
like
I'm stuck
not at
Yes.
all what I
back on my
expected.
florist
And it was live stream, and every time another song would start, it'd be like, another musical? Like,
Yeah.
it's
No,
one
guys, it's one
Ever
musical.
since we lost
Yeah,
our
I
jobs,
feel
our
like
lives
people
have been
don't
Some
know what a
musicals.
musical
I just wanna be
is.
cops
That's what
again.
that's what we
Everything
learned
was
from this
perfect and
episode.
wonderful when we were cops.
yes.
Yeah.
Don't you
So
think
from-
you might be romanticizing it?
This episode
just a
was
little bit,
never do
Curtis?
fun
I
things
mean,
and
being
never
a cop
try.
wasn't
Yeah.
that
That's
great.
Yep.
Don't you
It says the
remember
best
when it
lesson.
all
So
started
that
with
is the
us
lesson.
Being in the
The
academy?
lesson is Will's
It
microphone
was
cuts out
magic.
for me.
Magical? No.
Yes. Well, yep.
It was.
Yer Haddad is
Oh,
confused. This is Last Destiny 1 video? Question mark? Maybe?
See right there in chat, Carlos Ramos says that this is the best episode, which is how you know it's the worst.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because Carlos actually liked it.
Well, this is my
Way
favorite
to use the
shot
meme
of the
font.
I
episode.
love the shot, Scott.
Oh yeah.
I didn't notice he used the meme font.
Dude, we
for
use
5
we use impact font for literally
Impact,
every
yeah.
single thing we do, Will. It's like every single episode uses impact font somewhere.
You found your life's
Good.
fix. When you're a
Dang it, I have to
cop,
resist singing
get all the
singing
chicks.
along with the episode because I'm so
Oh, wait. I have a surprise. Let me go get it.
a surprise. Is that
Oh.
what does that mean?
Go get it.
Okay. I don't know what that could possibly mean. But goodbye, Kyle. We've lost him already.
Oh yeah.
These I gotta say, the musical episodes honestly probably the easiest one to edit of the season in a lot of ways. Because of the fact that like you can just cut to whatever with the songs, you know, it doesn't have to make any sense or have continuity.
I missed
There's
this.
you missed this.
I
Kyle,
mean, look what
Kyle,
you
shut
guys
up.
created. Just look at it.
I don't want to look at it. I've seen.
Well, with this episode, it was definitely all downhill from here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It was, you know, maybe we shouldn't have started off with the amazing musical, but you couldn't end the season with it either. You know. What are you gonna do?
Probably
All right,
would've
you
been
guys ready
smart
for the
choice.
surprise?
Back.
Yes,
Right?
Kyle, I guess.
It's
so.
Oh.
a literal box full of free download cards for this album.
Oh my goodness!
Album codes.
I forgot
spamming
that
in the
we
chat.
had that.
Heck yeah, I gotta
forgot
type
that
them all
that
out.
was a thing.
Free codes
That's
for
the
CD
problem.
Baby.
We just.
Go there and
I just want to point out, you know, we just missed the greatest line of the whole musical. My lyrics, the "I never fell, Winters got no weakness." With him on
Yes.
Fell Winter's Peak. I was very proud.
I
of
don't
that
know.
one.
Enchilada Trouble was pretty freaking good too.
That's
I love that
that's
one.
that's
There's a lot of troubles all.
that made me laugh out loud.
So.
Oh my god. When I first read it. Oh jeez.
I mean, we'll
Oh,
talk
good.
about that later, but
Yeah, guys, just
I'm
jump in the
glad
gun
how
here.
that was like on the first draft before we had any other thing written.
Yeah.
Because it was like, how is Winters gonna know that Tragus was kidnapped?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, he finds an enchilada. He knows he's in enchilada trouble.
And I remember that's why, like, we brought up Enchilada in their first meeting this season, too, as like, in my head, that was just getting prepared, reestablishing the idea that they love enchiladas. Is Winters really dead, Carlos asked?
he's dead.
Yeah, he actually is dead. We're gonna kill Will after
Did
the
a-
stream, too.
I mean, wait. Pencil's alive.
Don't spoil
Pencil
it
lives.
yet.
Quasi Kyle, you love enchilada trouble.
He did love it. He's a liar, all right? Winters dying is an idea dating back forever. Way back. To, like, the very, like, toward the end of season 1, we talked about wanting to just have it be depressing at the end of season 2. And Will's the one who wanted Winters to die, I feel like, so.
You know that isn't how it happened at all,
think it's fine.
right?
Oh, there's that beautiful score
I
written by Chris
love-
Ratzbaut.
I love
All right,
that
guys.
happy
Here
jazz
comes the first
music.
code.
Kyle's got a code,
Boom.
I
people.
couldn't help but notice that you were also
see it.
eating an enchilada.
I don't see anything.
Oh, geez, that did not format well.
Oh,
This is the
geez.
same thing,
Oh,
but
geez.
better
He ruined
formatted.
it.
Oh gosh, no, it's the same thing. I did. Gosh. I'm just gonna start putting the code in
Time. We're gonna be
good.
late for
That's funny.
because
orientation.
it's not like doing it how I want it to.
Boop. What?
Oh, hate that
What will
guy.
explain why Tinsel is back?
I guess I
Shiro's
forgot how
claw.
much of a jerk you were when we
Rise
were
of
met.
the duo.
I don't know what that means. Who's the
Trigus
duo?
Listen up,
Tinsel
recruits.
duo?
I am Officer Yodeler.
Oh, here's
T
the
and
greatest.
T.
Congratulate you guys on proving
Oh,
what you
yes.
guys
This
take to become a part of
The
this
best,
elite
I'd say, of
squad
all the
by
guests that
passing
we
your
had,
MCAP test.
the most fun to
Actually
work with
took the
this
MCAP
season
online.
was easily Daddy
Pioneered
Fat
a break from
Snaps.
studying
That was
for
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was just the
Plus-
best.
His voice is so good. If you guys
really
haven't
is.
heard any of Daddy Fat Snaps, Fat Raps,
go
check him out on YouTube.
Mhm.
he's by far an amazing person and a lyrical genius.
Yes.
Wow, this guy really
I don't
takes this
understand
stuff seriously.
how he is so good at what he does, but he was literally like,
You there.
I Skype called with him and we talked for like 2 minutes
I'm sorry, I
about
was
what
just
I
asking
wanted
him
him
to
to
be
do
quiet.
in the episode,
and
you
now
know?
I'm asking
And then
you
we
to
just
be
talked
quiet.
this for like an
Now,
hour
I'm
about
going to pair
life.
you up with your
And
roommate. You will
like, that was
serve
it. We never
this
actually
training.
talked about the
Take this
episode more than
seriously,
like 2
because there
minutes
is nothing
between like the
more
3 hours
important
that
when
we
it
spent
comes
on
to being a
various
cop
Skype
than your
calls.
bond
He
with
was
your
just
partner.
he just
First
wanted
up,
to
Pena
talk
and
about life because
DeSalvo.
he immediately was like, yeah, I have something good enough for your crappy show. Like, you know, we all knew. We all knew.
That's not what he said
No,
because he's a
but
nice
yeah,
guy.
I would
But
never say that. But
Well,
yeah, that
isn't
is absolutely
this
the
perfect?
impression.
It looks
People,
like
I just
Kyle is
remember-
putting them
Chatty
Destiny Copper
Cathy's are
download
together.
codes in the chat. Grab them.
Tragus and
Go on, Will.
Winters.
No.
Okay,
I just
everyone.
remember
Put on your clean
we talked to
pair of
him and you were like, all right, I talked to him today. He's going to work on
Your
something.
training
And probably like
begins
20 minutes later,
Here it is.
you were just like, oh, he's done. Here's his first draft. And it was already just so good.
Yes, it was. The only issue with the first rap that he sent us that we had is he didn't do a last verse. Like, our only issue was we wanted more. So then we just made him do one more.
Yeah, we gave him no recommendations because it was pretty much flawless on his first drive. So
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
The
get your
portal will
butts
make
in
Tragus
gear.
go back in the timeline before Winters dies and sacrifice himself to
Listen up,
create
recruits, don't wanna
the
hear
alternative
excuses. I don't like
ending.
any anticipation and
It's an
music
interesting
scene.
theory.
maybe, maybe
Interesting
Shooter's Claw.
theory.
Welcome, Gold Rank.
Welcome.
Thanks for chilling with us.
For hanging out while we watch
Celebrate
our
the
dumb
cops.
show. It's so hard for me to not sing along with this rap right now.
Oh my gosh, I know. I'm just going through it in my head.
Does Winter's wife know he's dead? Of course. Tragus said it in the episode that he checks in on her. Winter's wife, Mrs. Winters, voiced by Sean's wife.
So good.
What am I saying? Oh, this was the
I
worst
remember
to film.
filming these scenes
Yeah, this was
running
the
through the
worst
mountains
part.
here, and everyone
guy?
kept getting weaseled, kept getting.
Oh my gosh, no, that wasn't even the worst though.
No, it was that guy.
The one dude.
What was his name? Started with an R, right?
I don't know.
It started with an
The
R.
worst,
pretty
the
sure.
worst person in the world. He's actually in one of the shots. He actually made it. He's like
Seriously?
his guardian. Like he's running with us across that bridge that we've already seen. and he's like in it for a second, and I tried my hardest to get him out of it, the shot, when I was editing this part, because it was just the worst. Like I was like, no, this guy is not going to be in there, because he made it awful for us. It was like an extra hour because he was like going in and like emoting in our shots,
He
knowing we were
refused to
filming stuff.
leave.
Yeah.
And the problem is
He's a
that
jerk.
we couldn't. It's not like filming in a private game where we can leave and then come back and guarantee we match. Those shots in the temple required us to match in and just get lucky enough that we match each other. So when we match together and then this guy won't leave us alone, like we have no choice but to leave and spend like another hour hoping we match again, or we just hope that this guy goes. But instead, he chose to just message us like an evil maniac and be like, haha, I'm gonna ruin this for you.
Yep. So you guys all like, oh, why does it take so long?
Oh, I got an ad.
That right there is why, because that
You got
scene
an
of running
ad?
up a mountain took like 3.5 hours for like, 5 seconds.
Tomorrow, you will take your final exams and
Miles,
then
thank
join
you
the elite
for
squad of police
stopping in here
officers
at least while
protecting
so
the
many
galaxy.
people are streaming, I suppose.
Can you believe
was
how
a,
dysfunctional we were back then? Not like
Vanilla,
now.
I hate
now
it
we
too.
have
No.
perfect.
I was
hate
thinking
it too.
about this. I was thinking about this earlier.
Winters, you were
When I was
supposed to sing
watching
with me?
this just to
How
get it
would I
set
know
up,
you were suddenly gonna start
I
singing?
put the echo on your guys' voices
Man,
to make you
what
like
a week.
to make it
It was
clear
touch
that
and
that's
go
you
for a
guys in
little
the
bit,
present
but I
talking
think I'm
or
really
whatever.
coming into my own.
Oh.
But this is
I almost
probably
made
the
it up
most
the rope
echoey
today.
Kyle's mic
Yeah,
has
you're
ever
a
been.
real macho.
Wow, like so it's like
Good.
I just can just tell that it's
Other than
echoey
what
even
normally
when
lives there and makes you a jerk.
we're not in
Nothing.
the fucking.
I just want to get some sleep before you make
present
It's the
talk.
worst. I hate the echo. I could never get rid of it. I could never figure
I'm
out
having some people over.
how to get rid of
We have
it.
a
Filming in
party
the
the night
square
before
room of
final.
mine.
Oh, I love it though. It's
Who
great.
said anything about a
Who
party?
said anything about a Barty, guys?
Barty.
Barty. I feel like it's a miracle that we find locations sometimes, because I just write in the episode with no real like tangible place in the game
Barty.
in mind. I'm like, they go to like an elevator. I'm like, where's there an elevator in Destiny? But I feel
Yeah,
like
yep.
it works well enough.
It's great. And like, it's just sad because like in Destiny 2, there's actually like nice places and we could use
Oh,
like nice places and in the first in Destiny Cop Season 1 and 2, everything's just like awful everywhere.
Yes,
Like their homes, awful. Their homes are like shacks.
It's all destroyed. Yeah.
Sit on the floor because there's no chairs. Like it's
now, Alex, those are codes that you can use to redeem the full album of the Destiny Copra soundtrack. If you go to cdbaby.com/redeem, Kyle just typed it.
Please quiet
Boom.
down. I'd really like to
Boom.
get some
Oh
sleep.
man, this was another scene that was terrible to film, I feel like.
Sleep?
Because it had
Who
so many
needs
people,
sleep?
and it was like late.
it was
and nobody
hot.
wanted to
Yeah, it
focus.
was.
When you're dead.
Yeah.
Please
you're like-
note the Golden Dab Boy making an appearance.
Of course. Of course.
You can sleep.
Oh, I remember this one.
You can sleep.
I'm looking at the Guardian that made it much worse for us too.
I was just about
Are
to
you
ask about
looking
that.
at him?
Okay.
Because I am looking at him.
Oh yeah, I know who it
You
was.
can
Oh,
sleep.
Yes.
I know who
I
it
know who
Was it me?
was.
Then
No, it was not
Yes,
you.
it's
It
always
was you right there, yeah. It's all on you. Oh
Oh
man. When's the next dance video? Never, Carlos.
Ever.
That-
Never.
Nice.
Bum, bum,
But
bum.
maybe, who knows? We don't know. What up, Left Wing?
Thanks for joining us.
Here we got
Don't
Dane.
know,
Everybody,
thanks
the
for-
hunter singing right there is the same man who sings Oryx, Did You Know?
Bum, bum, bum.
Yes.
A little fun fact for you. Our greatest hit song. Oh my goodness.
You can sleep.
This was
when you're
all
60.
Kyle. There's a fun fact about this song. is that
Yes,
it's
yeah.
literally
All those like choir voices. are
every
just
vocal
me.
part is just Kyle.
You know, it's almost time for us to reshare our Sauce Me Weirder Than Playgrounds video.
It's true.
Reshare.
We didn't even reshare our like Halloween one.
No.
Missed that opportunity.
Are we really the reshare type? Are we really
True.
the reshare
We're not
type,
reposters.
guys? No,
Crazy, it's already been a year though.
that's true.
Yeah.
Quite fast.
And
See, why
what
would
have
we
I done
post-
with that time?
Oh God,
Why
we've
would we
done nothing.
post the Christmas one when we're gonna release the
Graduated,
new
Will.
one on Christmas
That's a good
Eve?
Oh
point.
yes,
Oh.
the new Christmas dance that we're totally working on. Let's
That
get
we're
every-
totally
That's my
working on.
favorite line in the episode. Sorry, I just wanted to say real quick.
Yodelay, he's
Yodelay.
who.
What is
He's-
going on in here?
Named the officer
Oh, thank
Yodelay
goodness
just for
you're here,
that
sir.
joke. I wanted it
Winters
so
was throwing
badly.
a party. I tried to stop.
Oh yeah, we
What?
should do a Christmas dance.
Every man for himself.
Oh,
I don't know
Yeah,
why
Yes,
I
let's
remember
get
that.
on that.
If it's the Christmas shoes, that's the only one I'll do.
I'm down with Christmas shoes, and I tell you, we changed the lyrics to be about Zer so we can monetize the video.
Sir, I wanna buy these shoes.
Hey, really fast, what's your timestamp?
Please.
Go ahead, add.
Abundance.
15:32.
You are both out of the program.
Got it.
What? You can't. The finals tomorrow.
The finals
You two
tomorrow. That's
can't
my
even
favorite.
come
And
together,
proms
lie to me
tomorrow.
about the party.
Equivalent
And
line.
you think you have
Good.
some things to be cops?
Good.
Pack your
Oh
bags
my
tomorrow
God.
morning. You're out
Why
of
is
here.
Daddy Fat Snuff such a better actor than all of us too? Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
Do you have any
Wormwood,
bags?
if there's a season 3, it will be in D2. The ending of
Well,
the
this
end.
sucks.
It is live, Breezy.
Just
the
because
ending
we are waiting
of
for the bus
season
together does not
2
mean you can talk to
was specifically
Okay,
set up
what
to
is
be
your
a transition
problem? Why
spot
are you
to
such
go
a
into
jerk?
D2.
me.
A
You're the
portal.
one that made Yoda
Me?
hate us and got us kicked out.
Well, you didn't want my salsa.
Like even this is like I just wrote like they're at a
That's what
bus
you're
stop.
mad
And I was like,
about?
this almost looks like
Yep.
a place you would see
Hey,
a
I made a
bus stop.
sign for the bus stop.
You did
though.
make a sign. That's true.
In PowerPoint, baby. PowerPoint skills.
She needs our help.
Oh,
Hey,
by the
Thomas Barnes wants some more codes. You can you can hook them up there.
more
This
codes.
is
I got
this
one
is
for
the
you.
worst song because it's not like a real song, right?
I like it.
probably
It's a good song, though.
it is. It does. I like it as because we wanted different styles of songs.
Well,
like
it's definitely
Les
that
Mis.
token musical song,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
It's just like that 90-second, 2-minute bridge song.
That's exactly what I wanted, so that's perfect. But I was just gonna
I
say
love
that
this
it's
episode more than
it was
anything.
probably the hardest song that I edited to edit because it's like it was just like doing a normal scene but to music, you know, so you have to play the song while you're filming the shots of them talking and stuff,
Turn the oven off.
which is just way harder than doing the other
live.
songs.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
We would sing them live, Breezy, but the input lag would make it like horrible.
Well, we'll do a different stream. When we're all in town for Christmas, we'll get together
Perfect.
and we'll just like
Will's not coming home for Christmas.
What?
I know.
Nope.
Will not coming home. What?
It's not really
Nope.
Christmas. It's the year without a Will, guys.
Did you all sing the song live?
Holy crap! That was awesome.
This is one of
Good
my.
job, man.
I just
Me?
anytime Daddy Fat
Nice job
Snaps
distracting
talks,
me.
even his
Yeah,
speech
it
has
was
like a
nothing.
rhythm. Like
I
I don't
know
know
Yeah.
what it is.
There's just a natural flow.
Yeah.
Mr. Yodelay?
Affirmative.
Look at him.
I would
I
like
see-
to
I can.
congratulate you
People
two
don't
on
realize
passing
Daddy
your
Fat
finals
Snaps
with
is
flying
built
colors.
like an actual
Wait,
Titan
this
in
was
real
all part of
life
the
too.
test?
Yeah,
like-
seriously.
he's
Oh
like-
my
he's
god.
shit.
He was
Yeah.
way bigger than I thought. I mean, like,
Don't
he
worry
is
about him.
huge. Have you seen pictures of him when he was like,
Oh, yeah.
freaking like,
When he was like,
Like
a
cut?
bodybuilder, yeah.
yeah,
jeez.
oh my,
Neo yogurt.
He's
yeah,
terrifying
that guy.
to
No,
me.
that's not
Like,
what
I
destiny
believe that
stands
is
for,
him
right?
underneath Yodelay's armor.
can't
Like, you know, like,
He's the only one who could actually play
Now that
the
you are
real life
officially
version
cops,
of
you
his
can wait for
character.
your
Yes,
assignment.
exactly.
Easily.
We'll work together and I will
Oh
give
my
you a
God.
first case now.
Okay, now that isn't even close.
Close to how it happened.
Shut up. We're running out of time.
Yeah, that's my.
So,
I
what's
don't know
it
how to
gonna be,
end the
boys?
musical, so I'll just comment on the fact that I don't know how to end the musical writing. Just because Will wrote this song, we'll take the case. This is
Oh,
like
you're
the-
on this song?
Yeah, it's like the only
Yeah.
song not written by our music dude. Well, and You Can Sleep When You're Dead. When it comes to just like music core, you know. This was Will's idea, and he was like, I don't know where to put it. And then you did not like the idea of it being the last song originally.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it worked out.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think so. With this song, I remember specifically when I thought of it because I was in San Antonio, Texas, at a Weird Al Yankovic concert. That's what it came
Inspired by
to.
the master.
Exactly, and also I'm going to see Weird Al again on May 4th this year, so I'm
Destiny Copra 2? Question mark?
yes, I'm expecting to be inspired musically.
good. I just want to comment that one shot of where the sparrow and the vehicle, the pike, were going around the rock. That cut when we did it, Scott, you and whoever else was doing it on the sparrows were like laughing at how bad the shot was. Like you guys ran into each other. You guys, this is awful. I was like, oh, that was perfect. And
I
saved
remember
it.
that.
And I was like,
that.
and you guys were like, wait, really? Like we're done? Like that was the worst one so far. I was like, oh, look good. So.
Oh man, I love this shot. I love him rocking out on the guitar.
Yes, it's
Because that one was, I had no idea Because the guitar emote lasts for such a short amount of time, I'm glad we got a bunch of just shots of him in random places.
Yeah.
Another thing I remember about this song, though, is that we wrote the lyrics in the room as we were recording the songs.
Yep. And this, we've learned who the good guys are. We've gotten clever. This actual music part was written the day of too.
Yeah.
Like, we were going to Chris's house that afternoon, and I woke up that morning and I was like, "There's got to be a bridge." So I just like pulled out a MIDI keyboard and I was like, "I gotta think of something here."
And that day, and the day that we recorded this was the day that I told you guys that Carrie was pregnant with Cash.
That's right.
Yep.
I remember.
That was the day we got you showed us our
Downstairs right now.
fire team
Yeah, and he's joining.
onesie.
I'm on Daddy's fire team. That's what his onesie was. He wore that in the hospital.
That was a beautiful
great.
day. I don't even know what. I've never seen JoJo, so I can tell you, Wormwood, there is no JoJo reference in this.
The only JoJo I know is
I
in the
love that.
N64 game Rocket Robot on Wheels. JoJo is the evil beaver who is the main antagonist of the game.
That-
Right.
It's the only JoJo
There
I
you
know,
go,
and I can
kids.
tell you that there's
We blew
no reference to that in
No.
Destiny Cops.
Zero Evil
I
Beaver
know
references
Ireza
this
JoJo.
season.
You see,
The artist.
I want to say the
had
big
our
"We'll take the case." That was a fun thing to record because we had like
if it weren't for us right now,
how many? We only had 4 of us or 5 of us if you
Yeah.
count Celia, and we just recorded it all doing like different
I would have had a
voices,
limited
like
female
all of the
Mhm.
parts where there's like a
Yeah.
chorus. It's just
And
like
Chris
us
just mixed it
redoing
together, and it sounded
Yeah.
great.
Our music guy is way too good.
that Ted was wrong
Yes,
to
it was
find us,
awesome.
And the whole precinct,
This was one of the
That-
hardest things
that-
to edit.
the universe will know that we're the best
This
against
him
the
standing
powers of
up.
the galaxy.
I don't remember
We're
why.
gonna get
It's
our
that.
jobs
It's
back.
because I had
Yeah,
no
but
shot
How are we gonna
for
do
him
it?
saying
Yeah.
we're gonna get our
Right.
jobs back that had
Don't-
any kind of matching continuity. So I just had to cut him mid motion and try to make it look as not weird as possible.
And there was something weird where there was only like one specific spot that you could sit to have your back be against the wall, so that like you could have the camera view because we didn't have a wall or something, right? So
Yeah.
you had to like, I don't know.
It was terrible. It was great. It was fun. We got it done though, baby. Well, here's our little setup for the rest of the season. El Molino Negro. What's up, Saro? This was our yeah. So the oh my God, reprise of "We'll Take the Case." That means they're gonna take the case, and that's the end of that
beautiful.
episode. You don't need to watch the old "Hey, we thank you for joining us" crap that I do at the end of the episode. No one cares about that. So that's
I especially don't care about that.
I really
Did you
don't
just
care.
skip ahead then? Or?
I didn't hit skip yet. I'll wait for you guys to be ready. But is there anything else
I
you
hit
want
skip.
to
I
say?
had to do an ad
That's
to
fine.
watch.
So just let me know when you were ready for me to hit play, baby. Anyone think
Travis
Travis would make a good Santa? Who the hell's Travis?
Who is
Miles?
Travis?
Who is there? Who's Travis?
Who's Travis?
Heard of
Sean?
Travis?
Travis there, huh?
Tragus. Oh yeah, Tragus. Well, maybe he would make a good Santa. Although I mean,
Kyle, let's hear your best
Console?
Tragus Santa. Go.
Tragus Santa.
Let's do it.
do it. Hit us with a ho ho ho. Hit us with an ho
Well, there
ho
were my
ho
start-
no,
I-
please.
Oh hell, I don't know. I can't do.
I'm so disappointed that you didn't transition into the oh no, and I'll never forgive you for it.
If what?
If you would have gone ho oh no, like you know, if you would have worked in the ho, exactly. See, all right, are you guys ready to hit play on episode 2?
I'm ready.
All right, beautiful. I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. Shut up, Quasi Kyle. No one likes you.
Here we are, back again.
Why is it
my old
not
friend.
lined up there?
Tragus and Winters.
Much better.
Police HQ, where we belong.
So when we wrote, like you were saying, Scott, we just write things and we don't even think about. I mean, sometimes we think about maybe this would be a good spot, but
Yes,
for the
Thomas.
vast majority of the time we don't. So we were really lucky that Bannerfall came out.
Yes.
Because by the time we were writing this, it was not a map.
The rookie
Um,
isn't the type to hold
And then it came out, and we're just like, well, thank goodness there is the police headquarters, because we were thinking we were just going to have to use the tower or something,
Should have been terrible.
and that would have been an absolute nightmare. So,
Yeah.
just another example of just the ridiculous
All right,
adversity we have to go through to make this, because Destiny is not a game that is made for machinima in any way at all.
Why choose the leggings with the Osiris emblem? I actually don't know why that's the.
Kind of like a badge.
We chose them because they matched, and it was supposed to be like kind of like a cop symbol, like that, like part of their uniform. Since we're like different shaders, or like we were like, well, we need something to like tie this together, and we both had those legs, so we were like, well, there's a symbol for.
Yeah. The eye is for neighborhood watch.
There it is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Watch out, cry.
This is the first time we get to see the theme in season 2, the updated
Yeah, the
theme
theme.
song. Kyle worked very hard on redoing the intro sequence, and I remember specifically asking that you keep that terrible sparkle.
Yes, you did. That was your
It's like my
that
favorite
was your
thing.
request. Because I wouldn't have put it in there. I don't think if you hadn't been requested.
It just feels iconic. The
It
sparkle.
does. It is
you know?
iconic.
Like the song itself.
It's all. Let's all. We just went right over my favorite line of dialogue for Kyle to say. Kyle, can you just say the word janitorial for me real quick?
No, that's not gonna happen. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Okay, I almost cut together a blooper reel of just all the times like Kyle starts a line, gets halfway through the line, and then just goes. Brr, brr.
Destiny mops. That's a
Good.
Mr. A.
I forgot about that.
I'm not 100%.
The Destiny Mops is a Mr. A edition. That's
Yeah.
classic.
Mopping.
Understand how you feel a little bit.
Mopping.
So, going back to the Osiris emblem just really quick, Destiny Cops is, it takes almost no lore from actual Destiny. I think sometimes when we want to, we just like pick some parts of the lore buffet and use it. Like we used what's his bucket as the bad guy in season 1. I don't remember his name.
We use Pika.
Skolas.
You know, the big panic guy.
Skolas.
What is his bucket?
Oh,
No, at least Navidad wasn't the bad guy. It's Skolas.
Skolas was
So, like,
pulling the strings.
The fact that it's, you know,
Well, geez, to
Osiris's
list it all off
thing
like
has
that,
nothing
you
to
could make
do
anybody
with
look
anything in
Yeah.
Destiny Cops.
Absolutely has nothing to do with it. That is very true. Any character development in Rookie? Someone asks. Like in the future, will there be?
real
There might
tough.
be, just so I don't have to talk like me
Winters, he looks
anymore.
exactly the same.
Find a
You and I
reason to
both
change his voice.
We need that bloopers reel though of Kyle writing you a line to have Rookie whisper.
Oh, yes. That's another one. How the fuck do I whisper as the Rookie?
That was the best. I laughed
When
so
Kyle
hard.
said that, I need that clip again. I think I deleted it from the group me. I just don't know where it is. But I need...
YouTube, I think.
It might actually be on our
Unlisted
YouTube, I
ones?
think, unlisted, yeah?
Oh, good. I have to go
So
find
this
it.
first scene of Tragus
Seeing
seeing Millie is
Millie.
heavily inspired by
Yeah.
Wayne's World.
Absolutely. I gave the instruction to our music guy to write something that sounds as close to Dreamweaver as possible without ripping it off completely. So
Darth sees
yeah.
the
That was the
beautiful woman.
first, our first project for Maggie, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for Maggie for making that look so great.
Yes, she threw on that pink filter crap because I don't know how to do that.
Nothing.
Oh, we just got okay. So he just said the Lamegus and Wintards.
We'll tell you.
It was
if you
so
tell us how
easy
it
to
feels
come
to
up
be
with
the
a
only
mean
person
nickname for
legally required
Winters,
to wear a
and
helmet
so
to
much
hide his ugly
harder
face.
to come up with one for Tragus that wasn't like didn't
Turdgus?
yeah like Turdgus. I didn't want to use turd.
Trey
again.
gas.
Audio
Yeah,
sounds-
see, it's without like swearing or something like that. It's so much harder for Tragus. Like that's why Lamegus means it's terrible.
Langus and Wintards.
Helping Venus to helping
Listen to this beautiful line
terrible.
work by
No.
Kitty here. This is Kitty's
guys.
big premiere, guys.
Give her a hand.
She gave it her all.
Well done.
Right? Kitty's
Yeah, leave
first
the
ever
trash talk to
acting
her.
time.
Of course.
So
That
she
is best luck for
definitely
organic friends here.
had to get out of her
Well,
comfort
we'd
zone
love
to
stay
act.
and chat,
All right.
boys, but some of us still have our jobs and there are cases to solve.
It was
Or
a hard
maybe you
character
haven't
to
heard
try
about
to
that
act for,
high-profile
honestly,
robbery
for
case
me.
that DeSalvo and I
Was
were
it?
Because you're not good
I
at being
was-
a jerk.
I was told to like act different ways at 2 different points. I was like,
You were told a lot of different
You
things.
were told.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
mostly it was
told a lot
just
of different
trying
things.
things to see what you would do.
You
You know?
Is that the case?
It's all
I
good.
do believe that is the one.
I think the hardest for me was Ted. He was really tough for me to.
That's a hard one
really
to get
do
into.
the voice.
Yeah. Well, I do the voice
You know.
of Ted, so I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah.
Oh yeah, well,
Ted has a voice. What?
it was me for one episode, but then Scott kind of took over.
Yeah, I
the
took
Ted
over
role.
after that. We've all
They
done
think
Ted
they're
at some
so
point in our
cool.
life, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
a recurring thing, who's gonna do Ted's
Those
line?
turds aren't gonna plunder
Where
you.
did the names Tragus and Winters actually come from? Because what was it, Johnson
Kyle, do you
and
wanna take that
Wang
away?
weren't allowed?
Will and I were like
what are you
texting.
doing?
No, wait. This is actually how
Follow
Scott
me.
got involved. This is how you got involved because we were talking about what their names would be, and then Sean said, I believe Sean said, I texted Scott or something asking what he would do for a buddy cop. Like, is that when you first texted Scott about this?
You
I
stole
Was
think,
the
he may
name?
have, I think the first time I ever heard about this
possible
was
that you are
Sean and I
actually
were getting
becoming
beat-ups
cool?
together, and he mentioned
Yep,
it. and
that's
then
what
he-
I was
And then he
I was
texted
gonna say.
me
I think I was like
after,
home
yeah.
for like a weekend or for a holiday or something because it came out like
Thank you,
when I was
Sapphire.
coming home. So that's kind of when we have to we're shooting it.
Okay, so I think it was the first time I talked to Scott about it. Maybe was when I texted him about the names because we couldn't figure it out, and so Scott came up with a bunch of great names that like went together and like would provide jokes. And then I was like, I kind of like Tragus, and then I think Bill had said like Winters at some point, and so like, well, we could just do those two, and that's just what happened. So
They go perfectly together now. All right.
they do. Now that they're a thing. Like you just have to make it a thing, and then it'll work.
Exactly. Like you have to fully accept it as a natural thing, and like you get used to it, and it's fine. But Derek's,
I'll never forget Scott's original suggestion though was Johnson and Wang.
yes.
Really, sir?
You want a third season? When's it gonna happen? Well, we can't do anything until there are custom games in Destiny 2. Period. So
Yeah. And our
yeah.
And like
Anyone else
could
notice
make
Sparks?
emotes possible to get.
Yeah.
That would be cool too.
be nice. Yeah, we just use
Sparks
Salt
flying
Salt
towards
Bay
it?
for everyone
Yeah.
for every emote.
Happiest day of my life. Whatever you need.
I want
we
to talk
are at
about
your beck and
Derek's
call,
head
sir.
and how he made his head
Yes,
be
Derek's
this
head.
weird head.
Rap, Ted.
I love it.
Quiet.
It was
Ted.
like because
No,
we
Ted, I
the
wasn't.
first time Derek's ever
Yes,
showed up
Ted,
is
I
in
am very
episode
lazy.
1, right? You
Episode 1.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just using the Prison of Elders ball thing.
Well, I have to
It's
go.
like
Because his
footage.
name Derek's is supposed to be like Barracks.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like kind of weird. Like it was supposed to go with that, and then it was that ball, which was like, is it like a comm thing that they're just talking to, and it's just relaying his voice, or like what?
That's what I always imagined it
Yeah.
was.
That is what I
then-
always thought it was, but then they made that mask.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
for as much as we rag on like Bungie for making it so impossible to film these seasons, like they definitely came through and gave us that head to bring Derek to life.
It came through.
Because I was like,
So
what do you
Derek
do for Derek's
got
to make him look like a police chief? You know, like how
Yeah,
do we make
no.
him stand out? But we can just make him stand out by matching that stupid head. You know, like, oh, this is the ass zoom in shot right there. That's my favorite. Oh goodness,
The scene is eye-opening once you finish the series.
it is right.
Yes.
It is.
Very it's a great. This is a well-crafted season, thanks to Scott. Unlike the first season. First season was great. It had good things, but I wouldn't say well-crafted plot is one of its strengths.
Yeah, I won't say season 2 is like amazingly crafted. It just is more
Excuse me, miss, can I
planned
help
than
you?
season 1. Let's just.
Oh, jeez.
Season 1
Season
was
2
literally-
had
gee,
the
for
building
hell.
blocks.
Yeah.
Season 1.
Season 1,
Well,
we
Hey, I got
put
an
down a
idea.
block, and then we're just like, oh no.
not that you didn't know that.
but-
Get into this room.
The
No,
like
but-
the gif of
Just
like,
like-
cartoon character like
Keys to everything
pulling up
now.
the
Very
rails and
impressive.
setting them in front of
I was just
himself
looking
like
for
from
someone
behind
who
him when
could
he's
do
on a
anything
train.
like me.
Like
My dad
that's what
Yep.
season 1 was just
Right.
building the tracks as we're driving like crap.
Yep.
Not that I think you're beautiful or anything.
Oh
I
look everybody, my
Yeah.
wife is in chat who voices
Yeah.
the lovely
mean,
Millie.
oh,
Wow, who
although
dat?
your helmet
Ah,
is
the
very
voice of
shapely,
Millie.
so I'd bet
Ah
you-
yes, the voice.
I'm sorry.
Brought the
I talked
character
too
to
much
life.
nervous. I'll just go.
Um,
Wait, I
Scott, did it
didn't
make
get
you
your name.
uncomfortable to, hear Kyle all these lines hitting on your wife.
It didn't make me uncomfortable, but I wondered if it would make Kyle
so
uncomfortable at all.
Well, to be honest,
You know what? I
like
guess I
a
never
little
thought
earlier,
about it.
I got the stomach that I
Never
normally
really
get when I
thought
find
about
an
I mean, did you
exotic
feel
animal.
uncomfortable
I was gonna
being
try and put
married
the
to
moves on
Sean's
you,
wife in the
I
Christmas
realized it would
episode?
never work,
Well,
and
so,
like,
I
Good.
mean, who knows?
find a boyfriend, you know?
No, I did.
Actually, I'm looking.
We
for
just
my
need to
dad.
get all the
And if
wives
you're
in,
this
so
cute
Will
when
just
you
needs
aren't
to get
putting moves
married,
on,
and
then
we need
maybe
to
I'd
get
like to see
Carrie
the
in.
moves.
Well, he's graduated now,
I
so
get the moves.
Now it's
Yeah, I
time.
know. So that's
They
the
can
next
be a
step.
little too.
Yeah.
Next step.
I
And
love
this hallway
the whenever
isn't
we use
properly
supers and
ventilated,
stuff.
so maybe
It's
I
like, is
should
he gonna
show them
murder
to
her?
you on a
Like,
date.
Yeah.
just pop the super. Like,
Why don't you call me sometime?
Looks so menacing.
I know. It's
I
That's the
can
other
have you,
thing.
no one can.
You know, we mentioned that
Yes, and
Destiny
everyone
Cops
thinks.
barely uses
Who's the
Destiny's
man?
like lore
I'm
and
the
stuff.
Mhm.
Oh,
So whenever
I
we
was
use
going the other way.
supers,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
no,
like,
that's fine. I
what
was
are
just
they actually doing? Like,
Yeah.
and it has never once made sense to me, and that's a part I think where we're all just like, it's fine.
It's fine.
You know-
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
You know what we should do?
Tied
We'll
up.
we'll use the lore in season 3. We'll take all of like cutscenes of the bad guys and just dub over
There we
what they're
go.
saying. So we have these beautiful cutscenes of like Gaul talking. It's like a different voice, and it's like something else.
Dude, let's
you know?
reach out to the guy who does the voice of Gaul. He's like,
Winters.
Oh yeah,
I've seen him on podcasts
What is it,
and
sir?
stuff.
Do you
Like,
have
we could
information
probably
for
get
us
him to
already?
record some audio for us.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
That would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
I want to say real quick, we were speaking again of locations that magically work out. This area just looks perfectly vaguely like it could be like a mall bathroom entrance to me. That I was like the luckiest thing on the planet that we found something that looked like a bathroom.
an entrance on both sides, the guys and the girls.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, I wrote in that bathroom stuff, and then as soon as we started filming, I was like, oh my god, how the hell are we gonna do anything with a bathroom in this game?
Every night of the week. I bet her poor father stays up at night worried she'll end up with a
I
stud
love
like you.
probably my
You
favorite
dog.
Tragus, there you
line
are. I
for
just
Kyle to
realized
say
I
all
actually
season
never
as
gave you
Derek's
my
is just
number.
you dog.
You found my dad.
You know.
It's just him,
Hi, Dad.
him being a weirdly like,
Wait,
hey,
you know
buddy,
Tragus?
with like Derek's
What did
You
womanizer. It's
know,
so
talking
weird.
about his own daughter.
Oh, yeah?
That is just.
Oh, I love this part. I love the good stuff.
Ding.
Oh no.
I got about 10,000 clips of Kyle saying "Oh no" as Derek's as well, trying
And
to
what
make
about
it
this
sound
this
normal.
placement? How masterfully thought of.
Really?
Putting it on the big screen.
Oh
That
yeah,
this video
one
I'm
of the
standing here
worst
watching.
things I've
Thank
ever
you
had to
for
do every
explaining.
time I have to do it. I figured out how to do it really easily by the last episode, so that's good. But it was
That's
like,
good.
Hey, experience points.
yeah,
You really are the dumbest
the
evil
worst thing
scientist
about it
I
is just
ever
like
met.
you can't have any motion in the shot, and you have to like try to get it at an angle that it won't screw up the video and distort it
You know
like
how these
crazy
long
trying to
days
put it
can
on
get
that
to me.
screen.
The
And then
beat
you
is
have to film the
excellent,
rest of the
and it is
scene
only a matter
without
of
showing
time
that
until
screen so that
everything
you don't
comes
have to do
together.
more of that crap.
Tell me,
At least that's how I
how
do it.
Project Lazarus progressing?
So, I mean, I know we just left the screen, but I just want to point out how Bob's helmet has those 2 dots at the top,
Yes.
and it really just makes him look like a little seal or
It really
something.
does,
And I've
yes.
never been able to get over it.
I love this because people didn't know who this was, right? When this came
No,
out,
they knew
it's like-
immediately. Oh
Did
my
they know
gosh.
immediately? I can't remember. I couldn't remember.
Oh, whoops. It's the end of the episode. I gotta pause it.
Here's what I thought was funny actually after this one. After the musical, everyone was like, "Whoa, that was a lot. Like, it was really long. It was like a big musical." And then after this one, they're like, "Why is it so short?"
Too short. Make up your minds, people. Who voiced El Molino Negro? Not Millie. You mean Sir? Not the red herring.
Wait, what?
That's, I'm assuming that's what they mean. They're asking who voiced Sir because we set up Sir
give
to
you a
look
hint.
like El Molino Negro. Kaiba Man 101, Kyle. He's a Planet Destiny streamer. I don't know if he still does. I haven't seen him do it forever.
Player.
Oh,
this one.
yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'll count it down. Any last thoughts on episode 2 before we
Last thoughts on episode 2. Great episode. Destiny Mops.
the actual beginning of the season, I'd say.
Yes.
You know?
The actual plot beginning.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right.
I'm
I'm
excited
Characters are
for this
back. I
next
thought
episode.
bringing the characters back the way that you did was a great job. Like bringing Derek's back and like I don't know, it felt good. Felt real good.
Oh, thanks. You
Yeah.
know, did my best. thought process for the season. You know, you got to bring everybody in, give everybody a moment who was in the last season, and also overall thought process for the whole season. Just trying to bring people back, but show them in a new light. You know?
Yes.
That's why we split up the relationship as we keep going. All right.
Didn't really add any new characters except bad guys.
Yeah.
So
well, I wouldn't say that.
I don't want to stick to that trope because then it'll be like every time we bring in someone new, it'll just be a bad guy.
I wouldn't say that Pinna and DeSalvo are bad guys. They're just foils. They're good guys, but they're
foils.
Jerks. You know.
They're
yeah.
I'm a jerk.
Just a jerk. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit the button in 3, 2, 1, play. Ah, yes.
I love this shot too. This was a great job.
This is another
so
just
good.
miracle location where like I wrote they resurrecting him with no idea of where to actually.
And the emotes like worked well.
Yeah.
Like that weird. Was that the howl emote or something?
That's the possession I was using.
Possession.
Yeah.
Scientific credentials.
Then we had the like. I remember you sent me, Kyle, a big file that just had a bunch of Destiny stock noises to get like electricity sounds and stuff.
Yeah, all those Destiny sound effects. Yeah, someone put them in the Reddit a long time ago, and I just saved it to use it a long time ago, and so.
Damn it, Vanilla! You shut your mouth, Vanilla. I don't know what Bob is doing, but you know what? Don't be a spammy
Settle
butthole.
down.
Don't be a spammy butthole. All right, you're getting put in a timeout. Just got yourself. Getting yourself in a timeout if you spam nonsense
the
in my
Bland
chat.
Wolfie asked, how much time did it take you guys to do one episode? And
long time.
I mean, it depends because some episodes, obviously, like the musical, they're much longer. They took a lot longer.
I want to point out the musical. We recorded the audio for the musical literally a year ago because we did the audio in the like December 5th or whatever is like the first mixes of the songs that I have.
But from one episode, you know, writing, filming, editing, we don't really do it by one episode because we just did everything as much as fast as we could. But probably one episode takes from conception to finished a month and a half, I'd say.
I can see that. If we were like focused, that's probably what would happen. Yeah.
Oh, grab.
You only just noticed that the rookie gets run over in the opening. I remember that. I remember filming that. This was the first episode. This is the first of the 2 episodes I didn't write this season.
Yes.
This is
My
Kyle's
episode.
episode right here.
What is it? I've
Which is, you can just feel the Kyle in it. Notice how it starts with Tragus.
Oh, this
Someone's
bit was
little full
a
of himself.
real life thing. I actually lost my retainer in the trash one time at Culver's. I had to dig through trash, like in their back, to find it. Did find it though. Don't worry.
Well, that's good that you found it, I suppose.
Yes. Yes. Found it. Didn't wash it. No, don't need to wash
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Your spit washes it. It's fine.
Yeah. If you brush your teeth, your retainer's clean. That's just a fact. Yeah. Don't
I brush my teeth every Wednesday. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Gross. Okay. I love the, you can tell
This is besides the point.
I'm a pro director filming this one because I was like, there's a lot of talking in this scene. I'll just have them walk to the other side of the room at one point to make it seem less boring.
Hey, look at how the lockers are leading lines
I just heard something
that kind of guide you to where the characters are standing. That's just
Huh.
talent.
Totally thought out, purposeful, everything. You know,
Almost like an
Sean.
art.
I feel like Sean. He directed the second episode is the one that had the
I think it's about the robberies that have been happening.
most collaboration between all of us, right? Because like all of us directed parts of it and stuff, which normally it's like one person and occasionally
Which
two.
episode was that?
Episode 2
Two.
had elements filmed by like all of us. And I remember after we did it, I was like, "Damn it, Sean!" Because he used up so much of the space on their walk and talk in the beginning, and I was like, "There's so little area left to use now for things."
No, I remember I filmed the Derek's part, and I don't remember filming it like specifically. I just gave you a ton of different shots of people talking from different angles.
I
and
remember
like,
that.
I think did you put it together then? It was like, oh,
Yeah.
it worked out.
I had to. There's so many shots in that are just reused, like reversed and slowed down and crap in that talking stuff because I didn't have enough of Derek's talking for his long lines. Why are they holding guns? Because Carlos, there's no way to not. That's why.
How did they get
They do actually comment on it in the next episode, so shows what you know, Carlos. Right?
Yeah, I wrote that in specifically because I was like, I need to have something for them to say.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you can tell that we filmed this. You can tell we filmed these first Pin and DeSalvo scenes really early because
because of Twilight Garrison.
Twilight doesn't match. Just sticks out and looks gross.
I remember filming this because I was sick and all I wanted to do was to not be filming it.
That's every time we're filming. Nobody ever wants
Yeah,
to
yep,
film
and I'm
it.
That
pretty sure
walk
that's me.
from behind the box to just get to where we are now. Just had to go back and reset so many times.
I think I was.
And my head was just in pain, and I hated it so much.
I think I was just the person up on top of the building, just walking back and forth, like bored out of my mind. During this.
You were.
It's like, all right, here we go. I hate not. I hate being the one who's filming, and I hate being the one who's not filming. Because when you're not filming, and Kyle's filming, it's just like all I'm thinking is. Like, we had to have gotten it there, Kyle. Because it's just, there's no way we didn't get the shot yet. Like, what is happening? Why are we not done? Kyle goes for it being perfect, and I go for it being good enough. So, very different. You can tell. I believe Will even said once.
It's the balance of the two that makes episodes get done, and also sometimes maybe look a little bit better sometimes. But
well, Will said to me,
Will
said he said I like it when you direct because we get done faster, even though it looks better when Kyle directs. It's like, all right, well there you go. Oh man.
Well, that's what our motto or slogan was every time we filmed this season was, it was better than good, it was good enough.
Exactly. That's all that matters. Good enough. And I always remind myself, no matter how bad it is, it's better than the first episode. Like, it's not being recorded with iPhones. It's not like a 3-minute shot.
I love in the last episode, in the Winters is Dead song where he cut to his first appearance, where we just put that arrow with his name pointing it.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
That makes me laugh so much. I love that.
I didn't know that was happening. That was such a great thing to watch at the end. I was like, oh, this is beautiful.
I didn't know. Will sent me his lines and forever ago, and it said like Winter's lines and epilogue or epitaph, and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? And I only listened to it when I first went to start editing, so I was like, wow.
Seriously,
wow.
It's fine, guys.
Yeah, and I had forgotten that I had even did that until Scott texted me when he was putting in the audio for the last episode. I was like, oh yeah.
No problem, Bob. I still love you. And Wolfie, I've thought about doing a blooper reel before, right? But I don't know how we would do it very easily because it'd be all audio, you know? There's no like fun visual gags to place along with it.
We could try to be like Pixar and just
yeah, I'm not about that life. That sounds terrible. I think it's because we just do it all in a booth, like by ourselves, you know? Like when we record the lines, there's no interaction with each other. So the comedy only comes from that one person screwing up their line. You can tell right in that shot right there that I had to use a Winters from an earlier shot and crop it down and place you over because you were moving probably, like I didn't get a good enough footage, but you can see an edge on the screen where I cut like 2 shots in half and pasted them together. There's a fun fact.
The other thing is though, if we ever like actually filmed while we were filming scenes, that would be good for bloopers because then you'd see all the times frickin' blueberries just ruin something.
I know.
Or the one thing I would want to see is an edit of all the times we got weaseled or canaried or all of those errors because we could probably make a 10-minute video that's just like getting ready for a scene and then you're like, all right, I hit record and then someone gets weaseled or I got
just
kicked
like
in an activity.
Middle of a shot, you know, one of the characters just disappears, just
all
disintegrates.
And 90% of the time it's Will because Will gets kicked more than anybody.
Yep.
I don't know what's up with that. Oh, M-Cash
Classic Will.
He was great to work with as well. I remember.
Hi, we're with the police. We're here to help.
Yeah, I remember when we.
Oh, you do. You're right, Kitty.
I had direction for him through an email, and then I Skyped him, and it was great because it was a very short Skype as well. Because he was like, "Hey, this is what I was thinking," and he read a couple lines, and I was like, "Yep, that's exactly what I was hoping you'd do." So, and he was great. So.
Yeah, when we first read this script, I read this character and I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
What
I'm pretty
is
sure Will
this?
and I specifically texted like, "What the fuck is happening in this?"
What
What,
is Kyle? What did Kyle write?
Yeah.
I could not visualize it, but then
Yeah.
I mean, credit where credit's due. MTash, he made it. It works. It comes alive, and
It
it's
does,
good.
It was
and
very
so-
dependent on him really finding someone who understood the script and like understood what we were doing with it because that was like the whole point. So it was just dependent on that, and so luckily it worked out for me because he did such a great job.
He really did. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say MTash turned something that was like a turd in my brain into a golden, and I appreciate Kyle's ability to hear it, I guess, in his
To
head.
hear it in the golden instead of
Yes,
the turd.
yes.
It's so
I hate this shot right there so much with Tragus and the shotgun. Anytime you film a character holding a shotgun, they look like a gorilla or something. They look so stupid in this game.
I kind of like it. It's a good face,
He
though.
looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think the fusion rifle is a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Indubitably.
Looks like
MTash.
Winston.
I have some. MTash just was like. MTash is such a good performer because he has like. He's doing his lines and he's this totally ridiculous, over the top character. He'll be like, absolutely! And he's like, all right, I'm going to do one more take of that. Like, totally normal. A second later, I'm like, what is going on with this guy? None of us have PC except for Will and Kitty, so I doubt we'll film on PC, Wormwood. Are there any
Plus, it
episodes-
wouldn't look good with unlimited.
Yeah,
TV shows and movies are framed in 30 frames per second, or filmed in 30
It'd
frames
be good
per second,
because
so
we
it looks
could
better.
do in 60, and then we could
There are no visitors.
do it slow-mo shots, you know, if we wanted to, way more easily than we do now.
Yeah.
They're just crappy, horrible slow-mo.
Yeah, slow-mo. I love once
I know you do.
sick slow-mo.
Oh, the slow-mo. Oh. And there's never been any episodes, I think, that we've written or scrapped ever, like Rise. Like, most of the time, if we finish writing it, we make it. I can say that for us. We've never not
Yeah.
made an even if when it's like a week before Halloween and Kyle's like, I wrote this stupid Halloween script. Let's make it.
Yeah,
Like, all right,
the
let's go.
Halloween party thing. That was like a miracle. That was like I had to recruit randoms for that.
Yeah. Sarah, we
The
didn't
first
actually
one, not Stranger
we didn't
Things.
actually film with MTash or any of it.
Sounds like a pretty
Like,
dangerous gun.
we didn't
Yep.
actually. Our only interaction with him was basically through email, one Skype call, and he recorded his lines. We've never asked any of our guests to actually go through the horrible process of filming.
Yeah, we don't want to put them through that.
Yeah, like
terrible.
MTash's a busy guy. He doesn't need to waste his time on our shenanigans.
Thomas Barnes, you can't mod
They must
Destiny 2 on PC, you'll get banned.
Yeah.
And so many people. It was hard
I
to
mean,
see anything.
I don't think it'd be.
It's okay, Millie.
I think Destiny 2 would be easier to film in than Destiny
That
1
requires special
was
training.
by the end of its
The Salvo, on
lifetime.
the other hand,
Once there's
does
private
seem
games, at least, just
but
because the
Yeah.
the no gun glitch is the old one, so you
How
can
did they
set
get
yourself
in the
up to have
museum?
no gun
You said they
and
left
like
a
keep it
different
that
way
way
than they came
permanently.
in.
Like you could just make a character that their entire purpose is just that they have no gun. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one
Well,
thing.
then,
Hopefully
yeah.
that doesn't get
That's
patched.
intense.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Isn't it beautiful?
Probably
I'm
will.
going to make it
One thing we haven't
I
talked
thought
about.
I thought when you like dismantle your guns or whatever, like that way, I thought they patched that already.
I don't think they did. No, they definitely didn't because the nerds, a couple nerds play
didn't the alarms
from
go off?
my Twitch chat. He just recently
Oh,
did
that's
it
good.
like a couple
Millie
days
That's
said
ago.
good.
she was walking
Yeah.
by when she heard shouting.
Do we
Shouldn't
pay
she
the voice
also have
actors?
heard the
Well, we
alarm
are
going off with a
most
giant
of
hole
all
being
the
blown
voice
out of the wall?
actors of the core group, other than people like Kitty here, and she makes all the money. So yeah, we
Yeah, right.
actually give Kitty 100%
All
of
the
the
money.
funds. Yeah.
Each nickel from, and I get a nickel
Bet
for
they
each
did.
one.
Let's go see
So
it.
basically,
I think
oh, you-
my favorite joke I saw one time on a YouTube video is this guy like bought a new house
Right there in the
and
open.
like
Did
he
anyone
was
see
like,
this before?
this is my new house. Now I'm going to answer some of your questions. And one of them was like, did you buy your new house with all that sweet YouTube money? And he just cut to a page of his revenue, and he had made like $300.
Beautiful. Shadow, how many mess ups are there in scenes? Like 100, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like every shot has at least like 4 attempts at the shot if nothing goes wrong, you know?
Especially this one right here with the throwing of the grenades.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
This was one that
we
was
had to fill this
Yeah.
so many
Helium.
times.
the helium scene where Will and Kyle actually did get helium balloons.
Yeah, and I'd like to talk about that. I would
Alright.
High
like to,
production
okay, so
value right there.
Talk
I
about
go
it.
to the store, right? And like I'd never swallowed helium before for this, so I was nervous. So I was like, what if just my voice is stuck like that forever? But anyway, I buy like I didn't know how many I was gonna need because I'd never done this before. I was like, what if I can't untie it right? I don't want to have to come back, so I buy like
This psycho keeps
6
showing
or
up and
7
buying balloons.
exactly. So I buy like 6 or 7 balloons, and like I didn't put any like I had just grabbed like white ones. So the lady filling them up is like, "Oh, are you going to a wedding? Are you going to a party?" And I was just like, no. She's like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I'm gonna just swallow the helium."
I'm just having a good time, baby. Oh my god.
I'm gonna swallow it alone in my room and record my voice while doing it.
It's fine.
What did she say?
I wish I could remember more, but I think my brain blocked it out because it was just so.
I had a conversation with my balloon person when I got the balloons for the episode, and eventually told her that it was for a YouTube series for Husky Raid. So I told her about us. So I don't know
If
if
you're
she
out
looked
there,
this
random
up.
employee, this one's
There.
for you. Dedicated to you.
She's right there in the chat. She's Jana Selva,
There
right
it
there.
is.
That's
Welcome.
her.
Ah, yes.
Welcome, Jana.
Thank you. Dedicated to you.
Wormwood has a
Jana.
question that I actually have a good answer for. He says, have you ever purposely made a grammar error when writing and or filming? And actually, all the time, and a perfect example is I write like, I'm too lazy to remember how to spell Gallarhorn, so I just write like, I just hit a bunch of keys on the keyboard because I don't care. I'm like, they'll know what I mean. But then I get the audio from Will, and he's like, did you mean to spell it wrong? Is it a joke or what? So then I have audio takes from Will where he's reading it like nonsense terms, and he reads the actual word because he's not sure what I mean. So it can end up biting me in the butt later.
Also, I can't say helium filaments.
No, filaments.
Filaments.
Filaments or whatever.
I think it's. I just thought it was filaments, and I tried so hard. And
Filaments. That was a little.
Oh my
Filing
goodness.
cabinets.
That was
That's like
the
janitorial. Hey, I said it there.
Janice Davidson work.
Janitorial.
That episode had the first hints of Dan and Jim being in the same body, which is all set up for later things. It's probably one of the only things I feel like that exists solely to set up season 3 jokes, in the long run.
I just have to bring up the fact that their last names are Chris and Kringle, and now they're in one body, Chris Kringle, and I just have to bring that up. It's a Christmas thing.
Yeah, that's true. All of the villains from season 1 do have Christmas names for some reason. I was specifically asked Kyle why, and he's like, I don't know, it's funny.
Because I like Christmas, that's why. Because it's good. It means something. You'll find out in season 3.
Totally means
you
something.
won't. You won't find that out. I promise.
You won't find out what we jokingly say it means. Are you guys ready for me to play the next episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 3,
Yep.
2, 1, play. This one Will wrote. Fun fact.
Yeah,
Guest
and
stars
also
our man
this
Biff.
opening scene was the first time I had ever filmed anything.
Still don't know why
We filmed the whole opening scene. It took about an hour and a half. I thought it was okay. I was pretty proud of it, and then it was filmed in 720p, and it was completely unusable.
Yep.
And we had
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got.
I was gonna say, didn't we have to refilm
Yeah,
this?
we did. My audio files for this scene are just called "Fixing Will's Stupid Fucking Mistake." That's what they're all called. So that's nice. Yeah. I was not happy to have to refilm when I was so happy to be done with the episode, Anytime we're done with something, it's like, yes. And then I go to
I feel like
drag
every
the clip
scene I'm in
in.
it.
I'm like, no. Every scene you're in, what?
I'm in every scene.
Oh, you think you're in them
Like
all?
I'm.
You might
Kitty
be.
definitely, she definitely helped with this part. I remember.
Yep. Both times.
There was supposed to be a door here, and I never put a door.
Oh,
I was like-
Mahaxi.
I was way too.
Look who's in the chat.
Yeah,
Oh
Mox
my
side.
gosh.
Well.
Oh, yes.
How long did it take to get the armor we wanted for characters? We never grind for specific armor other than the Cloak of Tanyx for the season 1 finale. That's the only time I think we've ever been like, we need this armor piece for a character. We have to get
I always
it.
made sure to get all the like masks or the Halloween thing, you know, stuff like that, just like preemptively. Like I would keep armor pieces in case it'd look cool for a character, but
Yeah.
I don't remember grinding something specific
No.
ever.
Yeah. Oh, this is classic right here.
I love this, yeah.
Good.
I can tell
Big-
that
big
Will was sick
lord.
when he
I
recorded
love
the
that.
audio for this episode, by
Big
the
lord.
way. Will's
What'd you say,
voice. Will
Phil?
sounds sick in the audio for this episode. Like, you can just tell that he was sick.
That's not my name.
That's not my name.
Good old Bifey boy. I remember at Guardian Con, Kyle walked up to Bife and he walked up to him like, "Hey, Biff, old buddy, old pal." And just went to shake his hand, but Bife
He was like scared for
He
a second.
was.
Like he wasn't scared. He just like jumped because like I was
Bife's
like
a
so
very
like
reserved
"Hey!"
person in real life.
And then
but
he gave us
Kyle's-
like
yeah.
all hugs. Like
Oh,
he
yeah?
just hugged all of us.
Yes.
Like
That's
big
beautiful.
hugs. It was great.
Life made this episode great.
Yes.
I love Bife's audio because every take he would just do like 4 takes of the same like huge long line because his are like these paragraphs for him to read, and then everyone would be like just like perfect. It was like, which one do you want me to pick, man? Like all good. They're all so good.
This is you edited this one, right, Kyle?
Did I edit this episode? I think so.
I know
I
you-
remember parts of multiple episodes.
I know you
You
edited
remember-
the MTash
Sorry.
parts of, or the
Yeah, I
first
did the
MTash
MTash
scene.
part. And
I think you did all of this one because it was like my break after having worked on like 3 of them.
Right,
like,
yeah,
back-to-back.
right.
I haven't seen you
And then
around
yeah.
lately.
You guys remember when the crowd of random people in the tower were on the stairs just watching?
I do remember that. Yeah, when we filmed this scene,
Yep.
there were like 6 guys down at the base of those stairs that were just
They were all
hanging out.
watching. That's funny.
Official employees of the month.
I wasn't there for the filming of this part.
I remember filming this one. I remember this is a me film because this was another one where like we were like, where do we film a smart dude's area? You know, like what looks like a place that an intellectual would live in Destiny, and we got lucky again by just having that spot that had books in the tower. Filming in the tower is like the worst though.
I can't imagine
That's for
having
Yes.
more than 25,000 Glimmer.
I feel like in D2, since the tower is massive and no one's ever in the hangar, it won't be that bad, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that is.
Hey,
that,
that's close to where we filmed Fallout, Biker Gang.
Oh yeah.
Shot.
I was not part of even a fraction of a second of this.
I didn't film. I wasn't part of it either. I don't know.
I don't even know when you filmed it.
I was.
I think did I film those?
You had to have. I didn't do it. I'm pretty sure that.
I remember filming the inside one where they killed the dude. Yeah, I think because I remember the floating body looked really cool.
Oh, Bife and his beautiful voice. So just random shots of dudes.
No,
hanging
this
out.
this one it was so frustrating because they just kept. I wanted them
Actually
all to
disappearing?
teleport away
Yeah.
like that, but then they just start disappearing.
It's really annoying how that happens. That's a thing in Destiny that just doesn't make any sense. Half the time people disappear randomly, half the time people do that little fade out. Moxie remembers getting stuck a lot when you help film. That is a thing that is a constant problem with filming, that it is a game where you shoot people and kill people, and if one person gets killed once, it steamrolls. It steamrolls into everybody wanting to get kills to retaliate and stuff.
I could think of a few people.
Thanks so much.
Pleasure. I'd be happy to get you the official case file.
Oh my goodness. All right. What else is what is there memorable about this episode other than Bife being in it? And awesome.
So I
You
wrote
Will?
it
Yeah.
at the Utah Valley University Library on the 4th floor.
Nice.
I wrote it in between writing 2 different research papers.
Wow.
So I went to the library. It
That's a
was
lot of
Saturday. I got there at like 10 a.m. I wrote an entire research paper.
It's 1 in the
I ate a burrito. I wrote this episode, and then I started writing another research paper.
That's a fair
And that's it. That's the
Well,
whole
fine. Have fun on your date.
So I think I
Try not to solve
remember,
this whole case by myself.
obviously, like, you guys had some notes about it afterward. There was some stuff you wanted me to fix, and I was just like, no. I was so tired of writing by the end of the day.
I love that Tragus just jumps out of frame right there to leave.
Yeah.
And then Rookie's just here. I remember a specific line in the script that Will wrote there, which is Rookie says, "Hey Winters," and Winters Jimmy's thoroughly rustled. Holy jeez, I think is what it says.
Once in my armor, once out of it.
Are there any episodes or scenes that you wish you could do differently? I wish if I could do anything differently, it probably would only be to refilm the very first episode of the show. You know, that's like the only one that has like specifically the scene where they're standing around the dead Guardian. You know, that one is like it's like.
I just wish it was
for
more
really
like
long
HD.
time.
Like it was like it's such bad. Like the first scene, like it was like zoomed in on parts because of the way we filmed it, and like it just doesn't look very good.
No, because we were using the Xbox Record that at the time, right?
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
So
it
it's
was only
already 720, and then you stretch
then-
it more. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Hey, Millie.
I don't know what you're talking about, Michael. Winters doesn't die. What do you mean?
I don't really think I have any other ones that are like, oh man, I wish I would have done that differently, or you know.
I mean, I wish we could have them have no guns.
That'd be nice.
True.
That's it.
Oh yeah, all the episodes that have freaking Hood in them, or
if we could go back and
season
redo
one.
those when we lost the
That'd
no
be
gun
great.
glitch. I hate shots when like people super and you see the gun come up into frame and stuff. Drives me crazy.
And Zalo Super So.
Yeah, I love the Zalo filming though. Don't get me wrong. Those are the glory days.
I've been around here before.
This is I love that the rookie Will did a thing that I always do when I write dialogue scenes, which is immediately contradict yourself in the same scene. Because Rookie says anything beats handing out traffic tickets, but then he specifically talks about how he got put on like speaker detail and he has like a really important job like in the next line of dialogue. So it's like, all right, I guess that makes sense. Favorite episode is easily the musical for me, Rise.
Oh yes, for the season, yeah, musical. I mean,
I
in
like
both
how
seasons, really, I don't
in
know
this episode, Rookie has all of the guns that he's always had. He now has the exotic Kovstov, though.
Yes.
But he's got that patience and time. So there's some character development for the Rookie. He has a patience and time now, and using it doesn't murder him.
Yes, he's mastered it. Oh my god.
Wow, that's
Oof. Are you guys doing Destiny Saw Something Weird in D2 or D1? I guarantee you we're not doing any more in D1. We transitioned out of D1.
We done with
last one.
D1.
Yeah.
I deleted
D1
D1 from my Xbox, so
Hopefully we
Aw.
don't need to use it to refilm or to film the beginning of season 3 or anything.
I've just been working on cases
no, we won't need it.
That'd be fine. It'll be fine.
Rookie. It looks like you've also finally managed the trigger on that patience
Oh
and
my
time.
goodness.
Oh yeah.
Jeez. Beat me to it.
I'm sorry, Kitty. I'm too fast, baby.
It's okay.
Whenever the Rookie actually has to like talk, it's so hard for me to do a scene as the Rookie and have him not just be like have like one throwaway line. I don't know. It's hard to emote as the Rookie and sound like any emotion that isn't just cheery is hard to do in that tone of voice. What can
That
you
was tough for Derek's. Like sometimes, usually Derek's is just like angry and talking, but like there's one line that's later in the episode when Millie's like hurt, and it's literally just like he took the Galahorn. They got the Galahorn. That's it. That's the line. It was so tough for me to be like, okay, Derek is standing above his daughter who just got injured, and he's worried about it. And they took the Galahorn, but does he care about the Galahorn? No, because he does probably, but his like daughter like just got injured. So how would he say this line? I'm like, I have no clue. So and it's like built it way higher than it needed to be, but saying lines with him was like in a character voice are just tough sometimes. So
I love this. I love this scene of. I just love Winters just.
So this worked out. This
taking
was
the
great.
call.
Yeah. This is one of the few times where like I write something and I have like in my head what I want it to look like, and then it actually looks like that when the episode comes out. I was really happy.
I agree with that because that's the thing that like when we're talking about things that we wish we could redo, like I don't wish to redo them, but they're when you write an episode, you always have expectations in your head of what it's gonna look like, or like epic moments are gonna look really epic, and then like you film it and you realize you're filming in Destiny, and like you can't do the amazing shots that you have in your brain. Like it's not a cutscene, it's just in game, so it can be disappointing sometimes, but ultimately, I think we do our best to make it look as good as we can.
But I think this scene looks really good.
I do.
Like
Yeah, this
they're
one
just
does.
going ham back there.
I was part of. I was helping. I was one of those dudes jumping around back there, and it was just like it was like hilarious. Just Scott was just like, "Okay, fight," and so all right. Sweet.
Oh man, you know what I love? Speaking of ringtones, in the next episode, Winter's ringtone is the Destiny Cops theme, and I have no idea where Maggie got that. Because she edited that one. I never asked her for it, but I just want that. Like I wish I had that. As I always just use.
Oh, that's not Chris. I never realized that. Where did she get that?
I have no idea where she got it, man. Because I don't know. I need to ask her. Did she do it herself or what? I don't know. But I always just go to YouTube sound effects and pick the first cell phone or the first ringtone thing, the goofy ass like bring ringtones.
See, Scott, you edited this part of this episode,
You're
right?
right,
I don't think I did this part.
Dash dang it, you're right, I did.
So I didn't do the entire episode.
Yeah. Still, you did a lot of it, so that's good.
Truth.
My favorite part about this part of the episode, though, was us declaring.
Oh, I did that
you give
editing
me
part.
like
Sorry.
you give me like a half stick or 3/4 stick or quarter stick here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the
That-
tip.
Just at the point
Exactly.
of that Guardian teleporting away, and that was just a PowerPoint.
Yep.
Like,
you did the
effect, like a
blinds,
fade
like
out
you did like
blind.
PowerPoint blinds.
Because the dude just teleports out like immediately, and so
Oh man. Let's shout out to Celestial Poodle getting on to help us film this scene. I remember she's playing that hunter. Because I was like,
It's also my hunter.
yeah.
Haha.
I remember we were just like, this is it. We just have to film this one
that's my
scene. Is
voice. I
anyone
forgot
online?
that, yeah.
Oh yeah, that is you did
Drop
your.
out with that load. It was like a joke when I did. I was like, oh,
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember filming that line with you. I loved it so much.
Well, that's our business then.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. I don't even remember.
We haven't even touched on the music. One of my favorite things this season over season 1 is the musical transitions by Chris, the synth transitions for the
absolutely.
beginnings, like ends of scenes and stuff. Like, oh, I love having a cohesive sound to make it feel
not just
more
like,
together.
what can I find on YouTube? What?
Yeah.
That's like, dude, copyright free
Oh, goodness.
by Kevin MacLeod.
Kevin MacLeod is a legend.
He was a legend.
The one time, even in the Christmas episode, I looked up rights-free Christmas music, ended up on a random website that just had, like, Christmas songs on it. They were all by Kevin MacLeod, or whatever.
Right.
Like, he does literally all rights-free music, I think, on the internet. Oh, my
All right,
goodness.
ready
All right.
for
Yes.
this next episode?
5 in 3, 2, 1, go.
I just
This
can't
one,
believe
edited
that I
by our
almost let
dear
Billy
friend
get
Maggie.
hurt.
It's not your fault.
Edited
you,
by
Maggie.
Maggie,
Yes, it is.
like 4
I
different
shouldn't have put her at
versions,
risk.
and then
Put her at
one
risk
final
how?
version
You were
of
just out at
me
dinner.
being a
Don't you
jerk
get it,
and
Winter?
touching up a
Knowing
couple
guy
cuts
like me, who's
that,
always in the thick of
that were
evil
bothering
schemes,
me
is
in
a
her
constant
version.
risk.
So
This
what? Are
was
you
a,
gonna break up with her?
I can't do that. Then she'd
Yeah,
have
I
no
will
one to
be
protect her
back
from all the
shortly.
danger.
Okay, sounds like there's baby problems.
Well, now that we've settled all
what
that,
a-
the perp told
What a
me there would be
baby.
an EMP ship.
I got to be sweeper bot here.
We should...
I should call
Yeah.
Millie.
Oh, yeah,
That was
you-
fun.
Yeah,
Come on,
your
Winter.
sleeper bot
Wait, why?
My
do I have
only
to-
other
I lost my
voice
keys. I need you to
voice
open the
credit.
mop closet.
in all of this
Sleeper bot.
season.
Mop closet. You can just call her here. Your ghost works.
This doesn't
anywhere.
even make. There's a specific.
You know I do my best thinking. In
I
the
think
mop
there's
closet.
a. It doesn't make sense that they're going to the mop closet or
guys are such drama queens.
beautiful. It doesn't make sense that they're going to the mop closet, I don't think, because we specifically said in episode 3 that like their phones don't work in the mop closet or something. There's a line somewhere in the season that directly contradicts going to the broom
Yeah,
closet.
I'm pretty sure it's when like
It's fine.
Kyle's trying to talk to Winters about the retainer.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
They don't get any reception, yeah. But we'll just say that wasn't the mop closet, I guess. Hello, Joshy. Hello. How'd we get the name
Oh
Husky
yes,
Raid?
the origin.
That's a classic tale of the Halo game type Husky Raid, and that's it, really. Literally, that's it. Rise, I doubt that we'll do another Minecraft. Well, maybe we could, but that was it. That episode was fun.
Okay, just let
it was,
me know
but
if
it
you
was
need
mostly
anything.
a way for us
Bye.
to film easier, you know?
Okay, she says she's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry.
I think it'd be fun
I
to
would want to
another
do
one.
it in a
Now,
different game.
I agree.
If we do anything
Yeah.
again.
Perp on the moon said
Wouldn't
that
want to go
EMP
back to
drop-off
Minecraft.
tonight.
I can agree with that.
From the moon.
What game would it be
Trace the
though?
helium
I mean,
filaments, too.
there's the easy
Probably
cheat of
Fortnite.
like Halo,
Bad guy
but
always catch
I
you
don't know.
while you were-
Yeah, Halo
Yeah.
would be so easy.
Huh,
Yeah.
Why would you remind
The
me of the
easiest
night
I feel
thing
like
on the
if-
planet.
got her killed?
I mean, if we filmed it in Halo, then everyone would be like, "Ugh, red versus blue."
They're already
But-
like that.
Exactly.
You're
But the
right,
main
you're
problem I
right.
think
I'm
we'd have
sorry.
filming it in Halo is that it would be so easy we would never want to go back to
That
filming.
is very,
And
very,
Destiny.
very, very true.
Like I was saying,
Overwatch.
my contact said that the shipment was tonight.
Here we
So
go.
we're
I just don't
not
know
gonna
who
catch
we
these
would
guys
use in
to go to the
Overwatch.
docks
Would we
tonight.
use Genji and say
Oh, I
Tragus
can't
got
go
skinny?
tonight. I promise. I'll
I
tomorrow.
don't know.
You've
I mean,
got to be
In
kidding.
Halo 5, you can
Relax,
literally,
Winter.
you could just put a green screen in the game. It's an
Uh-huh.
item in Forge, and it just, ugh.
That's my dream is that we
possibilities
have
there.
is that we
guarantee
use
you
that
no one
to
shows up
someday
at those docks.
get the red versus blue
So we will
person to
definitely be
cameo
going
in
to
an
the docks
episode.
tonight for the pickup.
That's,
I would
that's
weep.
my absolute dream right there.
Griff.
Here's the
yeah.
the most used song this season is probably
was
the
them?
the music that
Uh-huh.
was written
And we're doing it tonight?
to
Yep.
snoop around in the evidence
So
room
they
in the
didn't
second
say anything
episode.
else?
Anytime I don't know what music to
Like
use,
what?
and people
Like
are
how
just
to
having
me?
a conversation that
What
I
are you
feel like
talking
isn't
about?
coming across as
I'm
goofy
just
enough, I
saying,
just
I
throw
am in
that
the
song
room, maybe
underneath it.
acknowledge me.
Just throw the
How
boop,
would they
boop.
even know you were in the
boop.
room?
Jack,
Good
we're doing
point.
commentary
So,
over season 2 of our
did they
Machinima
ask about
series
me?
right now.
It's
No,
a season
it was a
2
business
celebration.
Celebration!
Ridiculous.
Celebrate!
You're right. You're right. So
my
why
wife
didn't
poured
you
on her
in
phone
the-
behind me.
Oh my god.
Would we want to do a collab with Red versus Blue? Who wouldn't want to do a collaboration
Uh,
with Red versus Blue?
Jeez.
I'd rip off my pinky toe if we could
I
collab
know,
with Red
right?
versus Blue.
Obviously, easily.
I meant to say toenail, but
It's our first.
Okay.
Let's get a big shout out to Mitz right there and his beautiful acting. Beautiful. Our crazy,
sure you don't need
insane
anything
Jim,
else?
played
Some
by
tea, maybe?
the very
A bagel?
nice Mitz, who doesn't
No
even
thanks.
play Destiny.
I'm fine. I'm really
Ah,
not a bagel
Mids.
person anyway.
Oh,
Mitz.
japers, now you're talking nonsense. Did I hear something outside? I better call
It's
911.
gracious. This is
Tragus,
Pink
look
ghost.
at me.
I never
I'm
know.
fine.
I always
told you
feel.
on the
I
phone
do
was
feel. You
fine.
asked if I feel
You
weird
don't
that
need to be here
Tragus is
freaking
like
out.
hitting on my
Who's
wife. I
freaking
just.
out?
It always feels weird to like.
Okay.
Just
maybe
seeing
you have a
Tragus
point.
in a
But
relationship
it's
at
just
all
like I told
is
Winters
weirder
when
to
he
me.
wanted me to
I don't
go
know.
investigate that EMP
Like,
drop off of the
Something
docks
about
the other
him
night. You're
being a
simply in too
boyfriend
much
weirds
danger
me
for
out.
me to
I just
risk
want him to
leaving
be a
you.
bachelor for life.
Tragus,
right?
I'm not in danger. It's sweet that you want to protect me,
Thank you,
but
Jack.
trust me,
Jack's
no
good
one is
person.
coming for me.
Good
If
When are
Winters
you
is onto
aiming
something
to
for your
release
case, you
season
should go with
3?
him.
Never.
Maybe you're right. But I just
Never.
don't know if I can leave you
Just
unprotected.
never a clock, please.
Okay, how about we compromise?
I
you
love.
can take me to
You know,
the
I'm not
police
gonna lie. I
precinct.
think we did a good job
I'm
on
always
making
safe there with my
Millie
dad and all the other cops around.
as a
Oh, that's a
good
great idea.
color scheme.
Perfect.
You know,
Let me go grab some
attractive
pillows
Titan
real quick.
for
All right,
Tragus.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
call Winters
light
and tell
blue
him
and
you better bring a
gold.
pillow.
This
I
is
remember,
the,
like,
Dream team.
Oh, yeah,
The
you
day we were picking that out.
Where did you
just
get
had
that
Kitty
ringtone? It's so
going
good.
through it all over.
No,
I thought it was Chris because it was like so good, and I was
know,
like, "Dang,
no.
I
Really how
like
you
that."
answer your
I
phone?
know. Yeah,
Rude.
I don't know where she got
I was
it. I
going
need to
for
ask
like
her.
a secret agent.
Yeah, I want it for my phone, so
did
please
not.
ask her.
What do you want?
But yeah, I remember.
Well, you
I remember
don't have
picking
to
out that
stay
gear
home
too,
and
and I
make
remember
forced chit-chat with your
specifically
wife anymore.
that we picked
I
it
am
out
in
and
for the
it
docks. Really?
looked good
What about Millie?
with her transition
Dropping
later.
her off at the
You know,
precinct. We
like
can
it
meet
made her
after.
look way more evil,
right, I'll
just
see you
changing
there.
her shader. Like it was good gear for that.
Was that the T-Man?
Stop.
Was
calling
that
me
the T-Man? I hate
Yeah.
that line. I hate how I
He's gonna
sound
meet
in
us
that
at the
line.
docks.
Neat.
I love how
Say
that's a
hi or
running
ask
joke
about
through the
me?
season, though, is calling him T-Man, and people and I say stop calling him that. I do like that a lot.
It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest thing for Winters to care about. I don't know. It's like the least creative nickname ever too. I love. Oh man.
Wow. Oh,
I don't know if there's a reason for Tragus and Winter's color schemes because I wasn't there.
Long enough for this
So
to be the best
It
night of
looked
my
good
life.
and it looked copy.
that's
You know, I'm
fair.
not
I would
gonna
say
lie, just
Tragus
trying
doesn't
to
look very
appreciate
copy,
getting
but then
down.
we added that
I'm
mark.
just happy we're back
That
in
mark
Vestige.
like really sells it.
Just you and me.
Hey,
Oh
Tragus.
man. Ugh,
Wait,
rookie.
why is Rookie here?
I asked him to come and investigate with me when you said you
Jeepers. I was gonna say something and I
You
totally
were
forgot
gonna
what it was
investigate
now
without me?
about.
I
this.
really like how
What, did you
Rookie
think I
showed
was
up a
just
lot
gonna
more
sit
in
around
season
waiting just
2.
in case you called?
I like
I
that too
think
because I'm trying to,
Obviously, yeah.
become the star.
I want him
We're
more in
supposed to be
season
investigating
3,
together.
but
I know
we
you
do
did,
have to
but
change
you
his
didn't really
voice
give me
somehow.
that
You're right.
I don't want to be rude and interrupt.
I actually,
This
I have,
is-
I have
Take
an
the
idea to have
dial
him.
and move it up a bit.
I have an idea to have
over
him
there.
less in season
Quiet,
3,
Rookie.
but
Blow our position.
that will lead to his voice
Those must be
changing
the guys.
in the long
All
run.
right.
To find some way to sneak over
see.
there and get the jump
We'll see.
on 'em.
We'll see what
Maybe we
happens with
can-
that.
Easy there, Rookie.
Kyle is here,
I know
Viley,
that
but he had to
Winter's
go
Thanks for
off
stopping by, Thomas
momentarily.
Barnes.
Cute that you wanna help.
Momentarily.
Cool that you hang out with
Why don't
us.
you let a
Yes,
master
thank you for
tactician
popping
show
in,
you how it's
cutie.
done. All right,
Ah,
I'll make a
yes.
sweep to
This
the
is,
right using my excellent
Fun
camouflage.
fact about this scene,
Once I'm in
Tragus is wearing the
position, I will
wrong
distract
helmet
them
in
with my
like a lot of the
award-winning
shots.
Kamkara impersonation.
He's wearing one that looks like Tragus's helmet, like we screwed up and picked the wrong one. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't really
Right
tell
here,
because
yeah.
he's wearing like the armor that disguises
While they're
it.
distracted, you get a vantage point on the left. Once you can confirm
I love that. Hello, my name is Bad Guy.
Move and I'll cover you.
I was glad Maggie edited this one because I was like, she's gonna have to do that anyway. Like, there's no way I'll be able to
Rookie,
do that
you
even a
can,
little bit.
guard the sparrows or something.
Oh man, the sparrows reminds me. In a moment coming up, there's a shot
know,
where
Tragus.
Rookie, when they drive
Just
off on their
trust me for the
sparrows,
pointers. I got it.
Rookie's using a Halloween sparrow, and
Let's
we
do
never got
this,
another
boys.
shot of him not using it. Like, so he just randomly has the Halloween sparrow for one shot, and the rest of them he
There are
doesn't.
2 more crouched behind that rock. It must
We've thought
be
about
the
doing a
cops.
viewer cameo
Right.
before, but you know, who's got them acting
Great plan,
chops?
Tragus.
That's
Come on.
that's the real question. Look, he's got a Halloween sparrow right there, and then in the next bit, he just has his normal sparrow. A little fun fact for you.
But how would anyone know who the viewer is in a cameo?
Well, we would just, I mean, it'd be a contest, a contest for the viewers, you know, to win, to become the cameo. I think that would be the, I think that'd be the way to do it.
We all have eyes here.
I aim HD. We love you too.
High aim HD. We do not
Far
aim.
more than platonic.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'd marry you in a heartbeat. I promise.
Oh, I love the
Well,
Pinna
well,
and
well.
DeSalvo
Look who's-
music.
Well.
Did someone
This is, Kitty did a much.
Mop
Kitty
or
really got
something?
better. You got better throughout the season. I think this
Yeah.
is one of your
What do you
better,
guys like? Looking
one of your
for a
better
mop.
episode
That's the
performances.
same joke I just made.
Thank you. It wasn't for my mic being weird, I guess.
What, are you
Your
two,
classic
like,
Kitty
looking
Mike
for a
weirdness.
broom?
Good one. When you two are done straining your brains,
Tyler
coming
did a
up
really
with
good job
genius
as
info comedy,
DeSalvo
care to
too,
explain
considering
what
he
you're doing
recorded
here with
all
our
of his
perks?
lines
Yeah.
up front.
Your perk.
Like,
The last time
he's my
I
favorite
checked,
person. He
you
sent
two
me
were
every one of
janitors,
his lines
and
like
Rookie,
the
well,
day after I
he
sent
may
him
even
the
be
script
lower
for the
than
whole
that.
season.
Yeah.
It's like, wow,
we
that's
are the
awesome.
Ones running this investigation. When your little girlfriend mentioned
Man,
why you were out
look at 'em.
here,
They caught him,
she
guys. They've
sent
won. This is the
all
end of the
units to
season.
investigate, and it looks like it paid off for
Oh,
us,
poor that one
'cause
kid
we
who
cut
still likes
ourselves
Destiny.
the
I thought you
black
still liked
hole
Destiny though.
yourself.
Why would you leave them?
El Negro.
I can't believe this. You jerks.
Well,
are gonna still
Wheeljack, I don't
credit for
know
our
how to
work?
answer your question because
Oh,
Winters
sure.
is dead.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, well, I also don't know how to
why
answer your
don't you follow us
question
back to the
because
precinct?
they don't
I'm
own
sure
any
the chief would
trees.
love to hear all
so-
about your legal investigation. Come on.
Come on, there needed to be music here. There's no music. It's a terrible decision to not have music right there.
there it is.
Took way too long though. I should have futzed with that in editing. I
Is
should
that
have
a
like
fire
cut it
alarm?
and cheated it.
Salvo, let's get these thugs in lockup and check it out.
Rookie, you head
Oh,
with
this
them
is the one that
students
we
up. Tragus and I'll check this way.
this is the scene that we streamed the filming of. That one
Yep.
where they walk
Billy,
in.
are
I
you
remember.
okay?
that was the scene I
fine.
think that
It was
officially made
awful
me
though,
block
Tragus.
so-called.
This big crazy guy came
Yep,
arguing
because he
with
just kept
himself
throwing
and
grenades.
started
Kept
blowing
throwing- I
stuff
could
up.
not
Yep.
deal with
Get
it
this old-
anymore. I was like, I'm done
Is
with
this related
so-called
to
for
El Molino
life.
Negro?
He killed me.
What did
He
they
killed
get?
me in that time.
They got the Galahorn.
I do still
There's-
love so-called though.
There's I love so-called. I just can't be around so-called. All right, I just can't. There was Kyle's line,
And that's episode 5.
they got the Galahorn. Now we're in an odd spot because we're on our next theme episode, guys. The next episode is one that will be difficult to. Who's the voice of Tinsel? That's Shmeehan. Say something, Sean.
Tinsel, Hello.
Tinsel.
Say it as Tinsel. Say it sound just like Tinsel, please.
Yeah, with
Right.
that digitally edited voice.
Yeah, no, it's not edited. That's just Sean's voice. Say something quickly. You can do it.
Quickly.
Yeah.
I can say something quickly.
Yeah. That's perfect. Doesn't that sound just like Tinsel, guys? Tinsel sounds a lot like Adam Fargo Kilroy. I don't know what that's about.
Good.
So we're starting at 111.
What?
Yeah, because this one has the front slate at the beginning.
Oh
because
yeah,
it's
I'll have to
choose
let me
adventure.
skip that. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
Mega here.
Yeah. I'll try to let me skip that slate and then I'll hit play. I'll call it out.
When.
Also,
Chat, get
since
ready
I'm
to-
probably gonna have
Yo,
to.
I'm back.
Oh, good. Kyle's back.
Perfect. But you're probably gonna have to leave.
I'm gonna have to probably leave in the middle of this episode, so just while I do that, I just want to say thanks everybody for supporting us, for watching these episodes, for coming and hanging out. I love you guys. I hate Scott, and yeah, thanks.
But where are you going?
Lame.
I gotta
Okay,
go get some milk.
Chat,
So
He's gonna
Good.
get some
for this
milk.
episode,
Of course
when we
he
get
does.
some milk. When we get to the ends of the things, I'm gonna need you guys in chat to spam which direction you want us to go. All right.
We're just gonna
We're
go
just gonna
to
play
like
through-
the end of one.
Yeah, we're gonna
like
go
one
to the end of
sequence.
one of them. So whatever I see the most of in chat, I'm gonna follow that sequence, and when we finish that, we'll move on to episode 7. Okay?
All right.
That's what we're gonna do.
anyway,
Some of us voice
Love
multiple
y'all.
characters. Yes, Rise.
Winters is dead.
Everybody does at least 2 characters. I feel like,
Dead.
but not. I'd say Kyle does the 2 most noteworthy multiple characters because he does Derek's and Tragus, and then I do Rookie and Dan. Like, yeah, Sean does AFK and Tinsel. Those are the most noteworthy. All right.
Mhm.
Why did we decide to make? Okay, I'm gonna hit play, guys. First of all, in 3, 2, 1. Play episode 6 at 111 mark.
Oh, good. At 111 mark.
Yeah. Good. Godspeed, Kyle. It's fine. You only have like 4 minutes before it gets to a choice anyway. We decided to
good.
make an
I skipped
episode like
that.
this for the same reason we decided to make a musical episode, which was just like, why not? You know?
Yeah, we wanted to do a couple unique ones.
Yeah.
So.
And I really wanted to do this one because it's like YouTube as a platform provides the unique ability to do this, you know?
Yes.
Like, you couldn't do this on TV, couldn't do it on Netflix, but there's Endslate on YouTube that makes this more possible than any other platform. And I was actually inspired by a terrible video game called Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, because it's a really, really crappy CDI game that's like a choose-your-own-adventure. It's horrible, right? But I remember, like, 8 years ago, I found a YouTube series of videos that placed the entire game on YouTube, and that made me think like it'd be cool to do a choose-your-own-adventure thing. So there you go. So there you go.
A Star Wars themed
That'd be interesting.
episode?
Yeah.
Interesting. That'd be.
Interesting.
We have to find a cockpit for the Millennium
You gotta
Falcon.
keep your head out of your cockpit, all right? Kyle,
Yeah,
come
keep
on.
your head out of your. Get your head out of your
Jeez.
cockpit.
Do you
Jeez.
have light swords
There
in
we go.
Destiny 2?
Oh,
Maybe
laser
they'll add
shield.
laser swords. That'd be kind of
Oh
dope.
man, have I got news for you?
Do not spoil. If you mention any details of The Last Jedi, for real, you'll
You're
be a
banned.
jerk. You'll be banned for life from Husky Radio.
Banned for life.
I signed
Banned.
us up for
There-
a reality
TV game show.
We got accepted.
Oh my gosh,
and filming
guys.
starts today.
This is the most contrived, ridiculous setup for an episode ever.
It's
stupid.
great. Now, Tragus would sign it. He would sign.
I
him
think it
up for
does
a
work
show.
because it's so stupid that they're in the middle of this serious investigation, and he's like,
Yeah,
I'm just
and
gonna,
then-
I'm gonna sign us up for that.
It's almost like a filler episode.
It is not a filler episode. People use the term filler episode. I've never been a fan of that with television. There's no such thing as a filler episode. Every episode has a purpose in that it's designed just to be entertaining, and also just because it doesn't move the plot forward doesn't mean it's not enhancing the characters.
But there is one filler episode in a TV show that is absolutely a filler episode, and it is The Great Divide
It is the
in
Great Divide of
Avatar.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's factual. That's a filler
That's
episode.
factual. That's
Well,
the
I've
only
begun
one.
watching Naruto, and let me tell you, you have to skip at least 30 episodes in a row.
Dumb, Tragus, I don't want to do this.
I'm saying is whoever made those episodes made them for a reason. Okay, they had a goal in mind, and nobody thought
Filling
to themselves.
time.
Nobody
Money.
thought to themselves,
Oh,
"I'm gonna
excuse
make
me,
this
there's so
just to
much-
fill time."
You know she
It's
was
not-
busy on that work trip.
I know this episode, when writing it, 0% of it was we need to fill time. I could easily have written something that moved
We
the
don't
plot more,
we
but
don't put effort into filling time.
Yeah,
in Destiny.
exactly.
There's no we never need more time with Destiny Cup. It's like
This is true.
What happens next? I'm your host, John.
The last thing that would ever happen is I'd be like, let's just make one for no reason.
it's like 8. Oh, Scott, you wrote an 8-episode season there. Why don't we just throw one in the middle? At 9, and they can do a kind of a side adventure or something, and we could do a whole other episode like that. Like, no.
Glad to hear it. Now, I'm sure you both
The most underdeveloped character. Who do you feel is the most underdeveloped character?
Grumpy.
If you can manage to do
Grumpy, yes.
then you win.
What is?
Mrs. Winters
Excuse
is
me?
the least
What
developed.
exactly
There we
do
go.
we win if we make it the full time?
Why, you win the game, of
Oh
course.
goodness. This was a great example of me
No
being
prize
too
for
lazy
this?
when editing to put a freaking
Embarrassing us.
a screen on every one of those TVs,
Terrific.
like was
Now that we've
originally the
cleared that
plan.
up, what do you
I
say
was
we-
Oh,
like,
yeah.
nah, man,
Come
that's
on,
gonna
audience.
take way
Ah,
too long.
one- that's great,
Your
yeah.
choice.
Nah, good enough.
It would
It's
have
a
been
cheap
really
shot.
busy if you did it that way.
Yeah.
It works well.
Should we like go outside or
Oh
something?
crap! Chat, I'm
It
gonna
looks
need
like
you
we
guys
just
to
hit our
spam
first choice,
outside or
audience.
inside.
Here
All
we
right.
go, audience. If you
I need
want
it from
Tragus
you.
and Winters to head outside, click the box on the left. If you want them to stay
People.
inside, click the box on the right.
Outside is the first thing I see. Kitty says inside.
Outside.
Sean says
inside, oh,
inside.
boy.
Oh no! All right. Well, wow, we really do have
Just
like an
get
inch
over with
split.
the inside one already.
I know, right? Kitty's trying to get out of here. All right, I see more outside. Oh, now I see a lot of insides in a row, though. Oof, people. I see more insides than I see outsides.
Yes, my children.
I have to do. I said I'd do what the people picked. So I guess if you want to see more of this episode, you better do yourself a favor and actually go out and watch it. You know.
We're going outside. We're going outside.
Are we
Is that
doing
what we're
outside? All right, now I see a lot of outsides. All right, we'll do outside, I guess. Fine. We'll voice your choice. Go outside.
Dang it.
Oh, whoops! It started automatically. So, all right.
Wait, which one are we doing?
We're going outside. I see a lot of outside
Aw.
now. So, sorry guys. All right, are you ready for me
Yes.
to play this in 3, 2, 1, go? This is another Maggie thing. She made these vote screens for me that I think
Looks great.
Yes, they look
Good
very
job.
good. Because I had
Anything that looks professionally done
It's
is
by Maggie.
In this, yeah.
This is such a riveting
Because I had no idea what to do for the for those things. When I wrote it, I was like, cut back to him in the studio or whatever. But we literally
Yeah,
we
like-
filmed the studio stuff like
Awesome.
3 months before we released this episode, I think, and we got like 3 shots. Sean filmed it actually.
Wait, that shot where there's a guy running past them.
Uh-huh.
Was that a blue? That was a blueberry.
Yeah, that's
wasn't
just a
it?
blueberry who went
Yeah.
by. Yeah.
And we were like, well, it'll work. They're like
Keep it up
outside
there.
of people.
There's our Dr. Lupo cameo. Woo, Dr. Lupo! Yeah. How old are we? We're all around 25, 26 years old, Rise. Except for Kitty, she's like 12. Do you like that shot right there where I just dimmed the screen because it got really bright in between like the shots because we were filming in the filming in public space?
Let's be honest, though. Kitty is way more mature than us.
Oh, that's accurate. Accurate.
You smell that, Winters?
Agreed.
There's some sort of spook this way. We gotta go right. It is
Although you guys have
You can
changed with
tell
me
right
a little
there.
bit.
Why do we always
I
have to
remember
follow your nose?
this
I think I
one
hear some music
when
coming from
we
the
first
left.
filmed
Maybe
this.
for
In the
once we
script
could use our day off to
originally,
get some
Winters
culture
wanted to go
instead of just
right,
stuffing our
Tragus
faces.
wanted to go left.
Well,
But for whatever reason, when we filmed it, Kyle was like, I like the sides that they're on already, so he just changed it.
Yeah,
but
so
then,
I flipped it, and then we had to like
we had to redo the
all
lines.
the, like
Yeah.
audio.
Yeah,
It was
all
just a
of it, yeah.
mess.
I had to get TBL to re-record everything because
I think I recorded like half of it. I was like, oh wait, this is wrong. Well, it's easier to redo
I
audio.
originally, I tried the original cut of this episode. I didn't want to bother TBL and ask him to do more. So I just literally cut the words right and left and like swapped them in his lines, and it sounded
Violated
horrible.
inside.
Sounded horrible, but he graciously did it again. All right, everyone says right, so we're going right, people. All right, let me find it.
Dang right.
Gosh dang right.
Dang
Okay,
right. Yep.
I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1, go. I don't even
That
remember
worked
which. So the right
perfectly
path
with the
is
ad I
the.
had to watch.
Looks like you
Oh, you got an
two
ad?
are
Oh,
right
no.
to chow down Because our audience has sent you after the scent
You'll
on the
figure it out.
horizon.
I'm at
Yes,
10
I'm
seconds right now, so.
hungry. This is the best show ever.
This is the direction where they they follow the food and they meet story. So we're not gonna get Fallout Plays or Bones' cameos going this direction. So shout out to Fallout and Bones. Bones from Crucible Radio, Fallout Plays from the Planet Destiny podcast, and from his own YouTube channel, who are in the other path.
Unless it's worn down
I like this
cars, I
path
really
better
doubt
though
it.
overall, so I'm glad we went this way. I'm glad that we went this way.
This must be the
I like this way because I didn't film this way. I helped with the
Yes,
other
yeah,
way,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I haven't. I'm less familiar with this one.
I liked it. It was another fortunate instance of there was a cafe sign, a broken down. This is one of the times where I had at least a vague idea that there would be something like I vaguely remembered, that there's like a broken down. I knew there'd be something broken down and crappy that maybe had a table somewhere.
Everywhere.
know?
There's always something broken down and crappy.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, Story did a good job at this too. He has a very by nature of being British, he just has a very naturally creepy voice. All British people have creepy voices.
Like that James Bond like villain kind of feel. It's kind of creepy. It's good.
Oh yeah, he's perfect. Oh, Jen! Hello, Jen. Welcome to our commentary.
Welcome.
Excellent.
Yes, the meat. The meat is definitely not people. I thought this episode was terrible when I wrote it, and then I sent it to Will and Kyle, and they were like, "That's great," and I was like, "Oh, okay then." I thought it was.
Yeah, it's good. It's
It's
fun.
It definitely turned out more fun than in my head. I wasn't seeing my own writing in my head. It was a rare instance.
You think you might hear?
Oh goodness.
Do not come in.
Do not go into the basement.
I love it. It's so
man.
creepy and good.
Perfect Chris music to really make it ridiculous.
Just reminds me of the play in High School Curtains where I played the guy. It was a
Oh my
whodunit
goodness.
musical kind of mystery, and I was the guy at the end that killed the people, and I was supposed to be kind of like not like evil, like I was supposed to be unassuming, but I changed the character so I was the creepiest like person with like a trench coat and it was me the whole time, and it was like so obvious.
It really was. It was beautiful.
Daryl-
You spoke very
Daryl
creepily on purpose. I had that in mind when I was writing it too, so I'm glad.
Good.
Who's our favorite character in this? Oof. Kitty says Tinsel. She's always loved Tinsel. I don't know why, but I knew she'd be
Yes,
excited for the
Tinsel.
ending. I knew you'd be excited for the end of season 2.
He's not in season 2, but
Yeah.
He is.
No. I'm saying
Oh.
who mine is. But my favorite character is Jingle. I always miss
Jingle was
Jingle.
great. Well, mine's Guard 2.
It's okay,
right?
Jingle.
Guard 2. Oh,
I
yeah.
forgive
Guard
you.
2 as well. That's
People,
actually my favorite.
are we investigating or are we running away, by the way? There's nothing on screen to show it.
Forget what happens for each one.
Investigate.
Kitty, if we investigate, then we don't get your lines. Do you want to see yourself?
You're saying we're not going back and going through them all?
No, we're not doing them all. No, we're just doing one. Girl, no way.
I'm doing them all.
I see investigates, so we're picking investigate, people. I like the I think people know that investigate is my personal headcanon for it. This is my where's it at? Choice left path, Winters.
But look, run is longer.
What?
It's like a whole 41 minutes longer.
No, we're going.
Seconds.
I'm seeing investigates, so we're gonna go that way. It's my headcanon anyway. I like it better. All right, I'm gonna rewind it and hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Where are you going at? Just kidding.
What would have been funny is if one of these pathways led to some 45-minute long video that was like a monologue by one of us or something.
Originally, Will and I actually filmed something in the D2 beta that was going to be a hidden Easter egg in this episode.
Yeah. Didn't we say
fun.
it was unmarked and you had to just click the screen?
Yeah, but the problem
and if you click the right one.
The issue is in order to make it work on mobile, we had to use end screens. So
really looks different
you
in the
can't
Almost like it is.
you can't do annotations and end screens at the same time in a video, just because that's just the rules. And annotations don't work on phone, so it wouldn't have like had to sacrifice that fun Easter egg in order to make the episode work better for everybody. Because it would have just been like a random part in the episode if you clicked on like a certain little square that was there for like a second. It would have taken you to a hidden Easter egg. Maggie is the editing queen by far. Oh, I just love. This is probably my favorite. Like just Tragus just going right back, the way he's just like, well.
Nope, I was wrong. It is human meat. There's a bunch of guys trapped in a bubble. You were right. I was wrong. Let's go get the cops.
I don't know, Maggie.
I think I was sick or something when I recorded this. I kind of sound like it.
You might have been. Maggie wants us to improv an idea on the spot. Perfect for me because I'm not in any of these options, so I'm down with this.
This is gonna be great for
Improv a what?
Improv create a new option and improv it on the spot, she says.
Good.
If private matches didn't exist in D1, there would not be a Destiny Cop Season 2, I'll tell you that much.
What are you two on about?
There weren't any. I mean,
But we used Venus to its full potential in Season 1, you know? Like,
yeah,
what would we have
season
done?
1, like we just stopped until they got like a hood thing fixed or something. Like it almost didn't happen. Like if they didn't give us
Yeah.
the ability to film.
We could
but-
maybe have done a Season 2 that was more like Season 1 and had it all be set on like the set in the Plaguelands, something like that, like a winter season, but that would have been just a pain in the butt. Way too much of a pain in the butt.
Huh. Well, that
Huh.
actually makes a lot more sense.
Does it make sense that has illegal immigrant workers in the future winters? Is that a thing that makes sense to you? Because it doesn't really.
It does. Illegal immigrants to the last city on Earth, where there's only one group of people left.
You're right about Enchilada Party was so hard for me to get your guys' Enchilada Party synced up to sound
No,
natural.
that's funny.
I love that there's food cartons that happen to be on the table. It's just
Yeah,
so
that's
lucky.
another thing that just works out.
Who cares?
More music by Chris writing this very stereotypical Latin music.
Great stuff.
Oh crap, you can see behind the curtain that I put the end things are on here but not the actual choices. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, that's the end of the Choose Your Own Adventure path where they go that way, guys. So there's only like 20 more minutes to that episode that we're not watching, thankfully. That's probably the longest episode that you can potentially finish in the shortest amount of time. Which is silly.
It was a lot of work. You did all of it too. Like you didn't like that was a lot of work.
I give all credit to Maggie and her awesome things that she makes, giving me the strength to move on. Like I'm like, well, she made these awesome vote things, so come on, filler episode my ass, Carlos. All right, and that sounded weird to say filler and my ass in the same sentence. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Weird. I'm gonna hit play on the. You're gonna hit play on the next
Wait,
one.
which is the next one?
Episode.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, I gotta go back to the
That's fine, that's
playlist.
fine.
Oh yeah, it's not in the playlist actually.
Oh, Maggie, we have a
Yeah, the
question
last
for
couple
you.
episodes aren't in the.
Yeah, they're not in the playlist. You'll have to just go find them, I think. We have a question for you, Maggie, which is where did you get that Destiny Cop's cell phone ringtone from the episode you edited? What the hell? Where the hell did you get that? Huh? And Renzo, what do we want for Christmas? I don't know. Like custom games. That's what
Where's
I want.
episode 7?
Oh
I
my
can't
god.
find episode
Go to our
7.
channel.
neither.
Just go to Husky Raid and just search on
am.
YouTube. It
What
should be our
the
second
heck?
most recent upload.
I guess it wasn't added to the playlist.
It's not in the playlist. Yeah, just go to our channel and it's the second most. It'll be right there.
I see.
Afuno made it. You asked him if he could pick up the notes and he made
There
it.
it is. I found it.
Damn it, Maggie! Can you send that to us? Cause we want it. We want. All right, you guys ready then? Can I hit play?
Mm-hmm.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, this is one of the oldest things that we filmed. This was Sean filmed this.
Are you sure about this news?
Yep, this was the episode where we
I couldn't
spent
believe
like
that this was
all that time figuring out that like you could throw grenades and the whole ship would explode.
Yeah,
and
man.
we spent like an hour like just levitating and breaking Destiny.
There's a weird glitch on the Zamboni if you like leave the area it's in, go backwards, and then like reload it. Anybody who stayed is like frozen in the position that they were in when you left. So like we have footage of people just like they're like doing a dab and then they're just floating around the Zamboni like in their dab animation. Like it's so weird.
I remember this part because I had no idea that this was filmed. And Sky, I think I helped film part of episode 7.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the script. I was looking at this part. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a nightmare. I hate this. I was like, okay, guys, I guess we'll start with the Zamboni part or whatever. And Scott was like, oh, we already filmed that. Like, it was like the first thing we ever filmed for this. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Because I was not looking forward to try and figure that out. And it looks really good. So, like that. That's great. Hopping on that.
Oh, yeah. All credit to Sean on that. He made it work. He made it work. Thank you, Koala. We love you.
Yes, thank you, Koala.
Send to me, please.
Ah, yes.
I think I've seen like one episode of Fireteam Weasel, maybe like a little bit of it. I try not to watch other people's machinima-y stuff lest I accidentally rip off their ideas. Same reason I don't watch Red vs. Blue.
Wait, there's more? I must watch them.
The only other machinima I watch is the Destiny Cops like remakes by our
by little kids.
By our fans, by the kids. Those are the best.
AJ,
I just want to do that for season 3. We just like kind of quote unquote professionally put together like the lines that they made and everything, and
that'd be amazing. I want to do for season 3, so we don't have to film. Just use Photoshop cutouts of the characters and place them on backgrounds and just wiggle them when they're talking. Just to make life easier that way.
That would be amazing.
We cut their mouths out kind of and move them up and down like squares, you know.
Yes, do it like the Canadians in South Park. Let's just do it like that. Oh my goodness.
I am basically an action hero. Okay.
Oh, the special Barty remix. Did you guys listen to that Party remix that Chris sent us?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I tried to pull it up and it didn't load, and then I forgot about it.
I haven't yet either because he sent it to me and I didn't have my headphones and I was just at work and then
I talked to him in the movies today about making it even longer. He said he might extend it and add even more to it. So it's pretty dope.
I am curious.
Though, guys. It's super sick. Oh yeah, I love that. This was another random location that just worked out. Is this Derek's office? Vaguely looks like it fits in Bannerfall.
With snow in it, and
I mean the snow. You know what are you gonna do? But the fact that it actually
you were sitting in the windowsill for that.
Oh goodness.
It's just gonna be like a stark contrast. Like if Police HQ, like what if it's like on the Leviathan for season 3? It just looks beautiful and like golden. And
they just show up. They show up. Wow, we got some budget up. You know.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I think you're right, Maggie. I think I was. Is Maggie dead, or will we see her again in the future? Probably purposefully open-ended. I don't think she's dead. But
what are you talking
about? Millie. Sorry, I said Maggie, didn't I? Probably because I was just talking.
I hope Maggie's not dead.
Maggie's not dead now. Yeah. So Millie could potentially come back. I would think. We've always left the villains able to return. You know, because originally this season was supposed to end with Feliz Navidad being the twist at the end, not Tinsel. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Oh man. I actually have not done the raid lair, by the way, kid. I'm a scrub. I haven't even entered it with a team. I'm bad.
They wouldn't hear it with you barely doing.
You're right, Tyler. You're right.
Me neither.
I know Kyle and Will have done at least a little bit of it.
What are you talking about?
The raid
lair. I haven't done any of it either.
The new raid?
Yeah, the raid lair.
Sorry, I was listening to the party thing and it was awesome.
Oh, good.
Guy, you haven't done it?
No, I haven't done it. I haven't gone into it.
I didn't finish it. I didn't get to finish it, but I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a nice size. You know, back in the old days, I loved like Vault of Glass size, but since I'm like I'm like a father now, it's nice to have I just want more 6-person content. So
I get what you're saying.
like just more 6-person stuff.
Yes.
Long raids, short raids, no raid, just patrols.
Raids.
Make it happen.
Anything with 6, anything good. Okay.
Back to the
How is
episode.
Tinsel gonna fit into the story? Why would I ever reveal any information like that?
Up about Millie.
This is a season 2 commentary, not a season 3 spoiler
I
stream.
don't know, maybe from having to hear about her non.
Oh, this is their breakup fight, guys. I know that
Breakup fight.
I know Cash
Oh,
didn't like
yes.
this. Kyle's baby didn't like this scene.
No, Cash was not happy. He cried
You
when he
felt the
heard me.
tension in the air.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember Kyle has the audio. He's like, I know, buddy, it's sad. Tragus and Winters are breaking up. Funny to me.
Some girl that you barely even know.
Oh man.
Wow.
I felt so
believe how
hella
jealous
awkward writing
Jealous of
like
what?
them fighting.
Jealous that I'm
I know how
happy.
to write them having real
Jealous that
emotions
I
and
have
being
more
real
than
people,
work in my
you know.
I know.
Jealous that I'm spending time
Oh
with
yeah,
someone
AJ
else.
wanted to know who we
Although, I don't know why you'd be jealous of that.
who we
since you
played. Well,
apparently
Kyle
just replaced
obviously
me with a
voices
rookie whenever
Tragus.
I'm not
Officer
available.
Tragus. Obviously.
and Derek's. I mean, it's just your voice.
Gee,
Like,
Derek.
I'm not
Yeah.
jealous, I just thought you and I
Sean
were supposed to be investigating
does
together.
Tinsel.
Tinsel.
Lord Brief.
Tinsel
About
Brief.
your work that
Kitty
you
does
did with
Pinna.
his friend to find a little happiness.
Will is gone.
Yep.
He does Winters, and then I do the rookie and
They're just
Dan,
trying to replace
and that's it. That's
You're
important.
right.
I do
It was
that.
all part of my big master
baby,
plan.
do
Get rid of ya.
Dangerous
I also did truck driver in episode 4.
Yes, you did
At
the
the
truck
end.
driver.
And who isn't constantly screwing
I did man who offers butt touching moments in episode 6, so probably my greatest role.
Have fun with the rest of
Ted
your
will
life.
never have a
Father
voice. I'm
invited
gonna
me
say.
and you and your precious Millie.
Yeah.
You
No.
can't make him have a voice.
Voiceless.
That's probably my favorite thing in season 2 is the role reversal of Derek's and Ted, because my favorite scenes are Derek's. Anytime Derek's and Ted interact in season 1, it's my favorite thing. Just him yelling off screen, and I love him getting yelled at off screen too.
Ted's actually a mute.
Yeah, it just cracks me up. That's a good question from Jack. Where did the oh no thing come from?
One.
I
Far from solved.
remember saying it, just playing the game, right? But I don't remember.
I don't remember the instance that you said it at first.
You remember the instance?
No, I said I don't. I wish I did.
No. I almost, honestly, I remember saying it with like med school friends too, but I don't think that was first. I think it was video games first, because like, yeah, I think because me and my med school friends were saying it as well, but I don't remember the first time I was like, oh no, you know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe like, but
If anything, I feel like it would have been related to like some sort of raid thing, like
Yeah,
we come up upon
like a
something.
class thing, or you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, we're all supposed to be quiet. Oh, that's one of my favorite Kitty lines
It's
that
me.
she'll say is the he's not going to
We're caught up
intimidate
there.
himself into confessing crimes.
Oh.
I just like the blatant like admitting that you're like just a horrible cop who just is getting people to incriminate themselves no matter what. Like it's just funny to me.
Oh my god, this scene was ridiculous to film.
This was by far one of the worst scenes to film. Another lucky location though that kind of works. Got bars behind them, vaguely prison
Yep.
cell-y vibe.
Vaguely.
It's all that matters that it's vaguely like the right thing. But it was terrible because people's heads wouldn't move. Sir's head would not move whenever he was like standing with his sword out. He just wouldn't do
jeez.
anything. Like I have so
That's
many
the worst.
shots where I start the shot and I'm like reading the line, like, why aren't you moving? He's like, I am moving. And I'm like, you're not moving. I can tell you're not moving. And it's like, it was horrible. It took so long because of that weird glitch. Kitty's, do you
Yep.
think this is a joke? The way
You
she
think
says
this
that?
is a joke?
The way she says that's so weird to me. It's one of, like every episode has lines that like stick out in my head because something about them just pops while I'm editing and I have to watch the scene a million times. That's one of those ones that's just forever in my head. You think this is a joke? Gets me. Good stuff.
Maybe someday I'll get a character that I can voice perfectly.
You did do it perfectly, Kitty.
Oh, I feel
Point-
like we could do better.
We gotta give you the character that's the opposite of you because that's more fun.
Oh, I love that. He's taking a shot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
he's taking-
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I love how Rookie is just like a champ.
Yeah, I know.
That's all because
oh,
of
drinking.
that's all because of Will. Because Will wrote Rookie to be like awesome in episode 4. I was like, I'm just gonna stick with the stick with
awesome
Rookie
part.
just being awesome, even though they just bash him all the time.
Well, you
Like,
specifically wrote this so that Will would have to act drunk.
yeah,
right?
the only person who's never had a drink in a Husky raid, we made him act drunk. I think he did a pretty good job.
You did.
Yeah, he did.
Very comical.
Yeah.
Come on, rookie.
I like this scene. It's good.
We gotta be quick.
Oh my goodness. And then we get sad Tragus in the rain.
Tragus, what are you doing?
I should have just had sad music playing over him sitting in the rain right there, like a
I know you said
loser.
you don't usually like having
It's weird
Black
that
and
Millie
white
lives in a
film.
cafe,
Your
huh?
address in the police database
Am I
before
alone
they
in
escort me
in
out.
that?
I hope that isn't too
Did it? No.
Sounds creepy
Yeah.
when I say it.
Well, it's a little much, but
That's
It's a
fine.
two-story. She lives on the top floor.
Yeah, there we go.
Why they
That's
escort you
perfect.
out?
Well, she lives on the bottom floor. We really know.
oh, that's too bad.
It's funny though because this location, to me, more is a different machinima. It's the one from the creators of
Yeah.
Valhalla, where
Yeah,
you have that
that one is
that
awesome.
creepy,
Yeah,
really good machinima. I was like, oh man, that's so good, and they didn't win Movie of the Week for it.
ridiculous.
I remember that.
That, one,
Because-
that was like when they made that, we were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
shit, they're way better than us at making stuff.
Yeah, I was like, oh crap, like that's so good. And then, but that's what I think of when I see this area is
I think
because
the
I'll
same
watch
thing.
that again.
it's such a cool night stalker.
Every time I think of this area, I was a Titan of some sort, and I had like just stockpiles of orbs out by the lockers in
Yep.
the scene
Yep.
when we were filming.
There's so many. I feel like there's so many parts in this scene where I could hear Sean like throwing grenades or doing crap in the background. Like, it's so annoying.
Just like jumping and floofing. Just
What's your favorite line from all the episodes? Oh my gosh.
I think that went
Oof, that's tough. I mean, my favorite line of someone else's is the enchilada trouble line. I just love
That
that
one is
one.
very funny.
But of Tragus's or Derek's, that's probably a Derek's line, honestly. I like some of his.
If it's
All right,
Derek's
now
line,
we
it's
got
got to
the
be
main
a chief who doesn't like cookies or
Why don't you
whatever.
tell
Like
us
that's
in
Chief who doesn't
one
like
word
cookies,
about
yeah.
shipping docs?
I always like talking to Ted. Just holding the mic away from me a little bit and just yelling to the other corner. It was always very fun.
For this now, huh? Big guy
Always
not
fun
gonna
doing those.
talk?
I don't think he
wrote that there isn't a ring. Yeah, well, that's part of the reason for sure, Maggie. How would we ever do that? Kitty's favorite line is too busy.
Oh yes, I love that. Too busy
means
mopping.
officer genius.
I like the
that I
sexist
can't
line in
tell
this
you what
episode
we
too,
were doing
Maggie.
because we weren't doing anything.
Oh
My-
yeah, I like that. I like that as well.
Yeah, there are a couple. I love DeSalvo getting
course you
angry because he's
don't.
too stupid to
That's why
understand
I
what's
can
going
tell you
on.
the truth,
My favorite
'cause you don't even
line
understand it.
what's
of
going
any
on here.
line in any of the show.
Yeah, these two are messing with us because I'm a
Honestly,
woman.
I don't know if it's a line,
They are
but my
sexist.
favorite moment ever
No,
on
you
the
did
show
not
is
just try to go there, sister.
I
is
call it like I see it, and right now, I see a
Tragus in
pair of
episode
sexist
2 of
little
season
girls.
1 talking over the
That's enough.
sad Destiny
I put up
Cops
with a lot
theme
of bullcrap
music.
information
Oh,
these
Just-
yes.
Actually, no. Okay, I got
be honest,
my favorite
I've
line
enjoyed
of dialogue
most of it.
ever in Destiny
But if
Cops that
there's
makes me
one
laugh
thing
every
it won't
time
stand
is
for,
Destiny Cops
it's
season
being
1
called
episode 8
sexist.
when Tragus eats the mushroom off the ground. Winters asks him what he just ate, and he goes, "Nothing." Like the way that his mouth is full when he says nothing makes me laugh every
My
time.
mouth actually just filled with note cards, paper from my desk. I just crumple up, put in my mouth, so I could have something in my mouth to say nothing.
That's my favorite moment.
Nothing.
Missing every detail.
So
right
stupid.
under your
He's
nose.
just such a perfect Tragus being an idiot moment. That's some good music by Chris right there for the ominous vibe.
Oh yes.
Chris, why is Chris so good?
Any sense?
Is he so gosh darn good?
Why is he so good?
How did we all meet? Revel, we all went to high school together.
Except for me.
Except for Kitty. Kitty
I
emailed
just
us
kind of-
or DM'd us or something, and we were like, OMG, a girl's
Yeah.
talking to us.
OMG, girl.
Blood alcohol level?
No, Kitty said, "Hey, if you guys need any help for anything ever," and then proceeded to help us with hundreds of hours.
That's the
of
ultimate.
making
That's
this.
the ultimate. Little did she know. like,
Little did
moment.
she know.
Hey, it was a great decision.
Alright,
I like it.
If you say
It really was. It was nice.
Did Chris make all the music? Any original songs other than the very, very last song of the season and the theme song are pretty much by Chris, unless it's like something that I don't want to bother him with, and I just grab some YouTube stock music. If it's just like really easy, like just a random tone, you know, like.
That was the tough part about season 1 was like just finding music. I ended up just downloading a bunch that like sounded good and then naming it, putting YouTube in like the album name or something on my iTunes. So I just type in YouTube on iTunes and have all this like copyright music, but it was tough like trying to find stuff to fit. And so Chris was like it was just great because Chris came and everything was cohesive.
I always feel like such a bum because I just like email Chris like after I finish editing. I'm like, here's the episode. I need these songs, and then like I'll spend like a week and a half editing the episode, and then like 10 minutes he sends me like 6 songs, and he's like, start this one at this time period, this one at this time period.
It's insane how fast he is.
It's
insane.
Stupid.
It's stupid fast.
Oh goodness gracious! And boom, I love that tone. I use that boom tone
all
the time
Mitts.
in episode 8. I use that bomb tone like 5 times because it's perfect just to put underneath something to make a line hit harder. Oh.
Well, I like that question from Rise. Have you ever scrapped any characters or changed a character's background origins? And just the one that is the what is it? What's that guy's name that he comes back as the dancer?
Todd. Yeah.
Todd.
Good.
I originally voiced Todd, like, because we need a voice this, so I like made a voice for him, and it was like a Sean Connery voice, but like also like a sheep, because he's wearing the ram helmet, so it was like bad or something. Like I would talk like this, or it was like it was so weird and odd, and then I was like. Somehow I was like, I think Scott was like, "Hey, like I can voice stuff." I was like, "Yeah, you better do that.
You better do that.
You better." So Todd was my favorite, like redo of a character.
Oh man,
voice.
That's cool
was
stuff.
that one. I don't know if any other characters are like shifted or like changed. Maybe in the villain episode in season 1 we were trying to figure out the villains, but
yeah, I think that's
like Dan and Jim, and I don't remember in season 2 any of that. That was all because I
don't think we had anything too much like that. I feel like there's the only things that I feel like we haven't used are just ideas we haven't gotten to yet. A lot of the time, like returns of certain. Reginald Higham III, sir, like that.
Yes.
Return moments for things like that. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna find the last episode in my files real quick so we can get this shiz on the road, people. Who's doing the face cam the whole season? AJ, do you mean who was the cameraman? Because that was a lot of us. All right.
A lot of people were the camera.
Yeah.
Alrighty, last episode.
Where's it at? I don't know where to put it at. I got finale. I think it's just this one. Finale cut 2. Only 2 cuts. Not bad.
Mine went to episode 8 survival mode. I'm gonna be on the wrong one.
Enjoy.
That's season 1.
All right. You let me know when
I'm
you're
not
ready.
ready.
Okay.
Please.
All right. That's true.
2
Kitty
seconds.
recorded us in party talking just while we were filming as for potential blooper stuff.
But
it gets real. It probably gets real bad.
It gets real.
It's real.
for the amount of time we
It's
spend.
so hard to get through that stuff.
Yeah.
Like impossible. You'd have to.
That one thing that we did, when we were in the tower walking out from where the superbot is, cut my life into pieces.
Oh yes. That was great.
That was fun.
That was our what we did that on April 1st. I uploaded the "Cut My Life into Pieces" video.
I think so.
One
Yeah.
of my favorite moments. Cut my life into pieces. All right, are you guys ready for me to hit play on this?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
In 3.
I'm ready.
I am ready.
1, play.
Final one. Finale one.
Oh, we've seen The Last Jedi, Renzo.
Oh yes, I've seen it 3 times now, so but we're not.
I've seen it once, but I could see it again.
I need to see it again.
It's never mind. We're not gonna talk about that. We're talking about Destiny Cops. There was originally a teaser for this episode written, kind of. So when this episode starts and Tragus is unconscious, he does his I'll take a Zer Lee Temple and an Eva Levantini or whatever. And it plays like that jazzy version of the Destiny Cops theme. And that's because Mr. A wrote a parody little short jingle, Destiny Schnapps.
Oh, yeah.
That was like an alcohol like advertisement song. And so we were going to do like a black and white like commercial for Destiny Schnapps and have it end with like a Tragus shot, you know, and that was like it was him knocked out, and this was him waking up from that fantasy, but it was gonna be way too hard to film. We were actually talking about doing it live action and using like masks
that would have
and stuff.
been weird.
I think it would have been really fun and funny, but it was just gonna be way too hard to get it done. The musical was easily, I'd say, the hardest. But the most fun, Elliot. Because the most work just had to go into it naturally.
Only gun-dealing queen of the galaxy, La Molina Negra.
La Molina Negra.
I was afraid of that.
La Molina Negra.
Well, I think
oh,
I'm
look,
gonna
it's
have to
Millie.
formally
She's
take back
evil.
the
We didn't even talk
proposal
about
of this
she's
episode.
evil. Totally no one saw
Oh
it
no.
coming. Look, guys,
nobody's
we're
gonna
not
get
writing subtle art here, okay? It's got to be easy to get done, accessible for the children of the world, okay? We're a family-friendly show. We keep it good for the kids, interesting for
Bad
the adults who
cops.
play Destiny.
There were no bad cops. There were just mean cops.
There's Maggie's security footage screen. This is another incredibly
Yeah, that
lucky
security footage.
location.
Oh, it's awesome.
This was just like, this was one of the last things we filmed, I remember, and I was just like, where are we possibly going to find something that we can use to play security footage? Like,
Yet it was also perfect because of the shadow and the light, like that reflects off you guys.
oh yeah, oh it looks
In the
so
cutbacks?
cool. Yeah,
Like these shots, just the glowing light, and it looks like there's a monitor playing.
it made it
Looks
horrible
good.
for filming a little bit because my shadow would get like I couldn't film in front of them directly, or my shadow got cast
'Cause
too,
your
and it
shadow
looked
would be
stupid.
up
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, Rookie.
Oh yes,
Look who it is.
it's Millie. Hey, that looked like the same scene. That looked like the same scene from episode 2.
Episode 2.
Hey,
Huh.
yes.
What?
We did not
Weird.
film them at the same time. As Kyle was filming this episode, I was like, "Oh, we have to get security footage too. You should do this. Like refilm that first meeting moment." And he did, and it was perfect.
Sorry to burst in on you like this, sir, but hold on, were you talking to your girlfriend?
Yes,
Do you have a
callback
secret
right here
girlfriend?
to Derek's dog,
Yeah.
which is mentioned in the very first episode of Destiny Cops. He hurt his little paw.
Oh
One of
my
my
gosh, wait until you guys hear about that.
other favorite Derek's lines. Who would win in a fight, Winters or Tragus? They would never fight their partners till the end.
They would never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Don't vouch for me,
They'd
Rookie.
Only
knock each
verbal
other out,
fights.
but
I'm here because I think
not
there's more to
on
the whole
purpose. They
Leonardo
would
case
trip
than we
and fall or
realize.
something into things
Yeah.
separately.
The answer is Rookie would win that
It's gonna be
fight.
hard for
He
me
would
to
split
hear
Yes,
them up.
Rookie. Rookie would
Yeah.
demolish them. There's no
If
hope.
we had to write it, it would end up being like an even split of them, and then the Rookie comes in and breaks them up. I would think.
Mhm.
I'm serious, sir. If you watch the
Dragon,
security
what
footage,
if?
you
But
can
this is
clearly
not
see
a spoilers for season 3 stream, is it? This is that's.
Sir, if we just had permission
My
to go look around
daughter's
your
not a
place.
criminal. One of the very. That was one of the early ideas for the season. Is I just thought it would be funny if Derek's daughter was the villain. Like.
Yeah, because like yeah.
Just like what? Like she's just she's just horrible and evil for no reason. I don't know. It's stupid. Oh goodness. Aren't engagement rings expensive?
What did you say? Stop right there.
That's my line. That's my line that gets stuck in my head this season.
Make our way to Millie's place. She is not marrying that idiot.
Is season 3 confirmed now, Viley? Nothing in life is confirmed. All right. Oh, here's a really dumb line.
Until there's an announcement video with ACDC on it,
Yeah.
season 3 is not
There it
confirmed.
is. Rookie's Kvastov is the exotic version.
If you're gonna kill
AJ.
me,
Yes.
why not do it just right here, right now?
Can't you tell?
I love that line. After all the farts I held in around you, it's the most childish line in any Destiny
Yeah,
Cops
it's just.
episode.
You know, I don't know how I feel about Mr. Split.
Celia did not enjoy it when she was reading her line. She was like, "Oh my god, this is so stupid."
So stupid. It's great.
Lots of sane people talk to themselves.
He eats a lot of tacos.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
I do love. I love Dan's armor. How we got that to look like it was before. Like on, like I think we did a good job.
That was a pain
Make-
because people probably don't realize in season 1, Dan and Tragus were the same character.
Yeah,
They were
we were the
both
same.
Kyle.
It was all on Voice for Spitty, my account, and so like I had the armor for both. So that's why like they get split up at the end. Winters has to face
I guess
Dan,
Yeah.
and like Tragus never has to.
Tragus is never on screen with them because they just physically can't be. And that's
Yeah.
why like we did a better job this season of planning for that and like specifically never writing two people into the same scene that are the same character.
I mean, Kitty, like we used her hostility, like your other account, like.
Yeah.
Did you make it for this, or?
I honestly don't know. I
already
think I
had her
might have,
hostility.
honestly, because I didn't have any male characters, so I made male
you may
characters
have
in case you guys
made-
needed
Yeah.
it, I guess.
Yeah.
That was hard. We needed female characters. We didn't like have any.
Yeah. No, that was hard. Yeah. We like for whatever each of us has like one female character, but for whatever reason we had like no female hunters or maybe no female I can't remember. There's something we had no females of.
Warlocks, maybe?
Warlocks.
I don't
yeah.
know.
We alter Schmeehan's voice for Tinsel. That's the only voice
Okay.
that is
Yeah.
digitally changed.
This is just some sort of normal expansion to her house.
Everything else is all natural, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, what's
I was so
I
scared,
think that's the police
Kyle,
station.
because you filmed
Sir,
this
she has an illegal
footage,
feed of the station
and when
down
I was
Yeah.
editing it, the first like 6 times they walk down the stairs, like Rookie goes right in front of the screen, and I was like terrified that you didn't get a version where like they don't walk in front of the screen.
I don't
When I was
really know
going
what you
through it,
expect.
I was
Oh,
like,
right,
my
yeah.
God, this is gonna be horrible.
Because that would have been just
Yeah.
impossible.
going to be literally impossible to handle it if you guys do that.
I found
I don't have. I don't think any of us have that
Oh, here's my-
Sparrow
here's mine.
Maggie. Oh
There's a
yes,
smudge of enchilada sauce
What?
on the ground here.
coming up.
What does that prove?
It's our secret sauce.
Gosh dang it,
Tragus always
this
uses
music.
homemade sauce.
I
He
love
loves
it.
it. He would never spill any unless he was
Enchilada.
enchilada.
Yes.
Dumbest
That's
thing
good.
I have ever heard.
Stupidest
I love it.
line ever. I love it.
we know he might be in
Oh,
That's
goodness.
actually my favorite line, and then
Yeah.
my second favorite is the mopping one.
Mopping.
I like
Mopping.
yeah, mopping is so good though.
Man.
Tyler did such a good job with that one. I was thinking about that today,
They
how
must be taking him there and trying to get off
people read
planet.
lines differently than the way you write them sometimes, and how it just works, and it's like really good.
Oh yeah. That is
Thinking
definitely
about
a
that
thing.
with a Harrison Ford line in The Empire Strikes Back when he's standing over the Tauntaun and he says, "And I thought they smelled bad on the outside."
Mhm.
He says it really differently than
does.
that,
Yeah.
and it's
And
really
I
good.
thought they smelled
So-
bad
Trust me, sir. I stay
on the
Yeah.
outside.
On the outside, yeah. It's just like great. It's like you turned a line that would have just been like,
Just an okay.
and
He
just
made it
like-
iconic somehow, just with his
yeah,
delivery.
you made it iconic,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, that's just good acting right there.
Oh yeah.
Idea it was a secret criminal getaway hangar.
You give the show over 9,000 out of 10. Thank you. We'll accept that donation directly
Thank
to
you.
the Husky
Yeah,
Bitcoin account.
So the
Yeah.
PayPal.
Yeah.
If you want to write the check there, that'll be good.
Which version is the real Derek's, the PoE or the Guardian version? They are one and the same. The PoE version is basically the Emperor's hologram head from Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just a giant FaceTime.
Yeah. Giant FaceTime.
No, I was just gonna say that.
It's not even his helmet. It's just his head. Like, it's just.
Sorry that you turned out to
Oh,
be
here's the
the craziest girlfriend I
This episode has the huge continuity error on accident in it that in a little bit Tragus has a gun. He has a hand cannon. He shouldn't have a hand cannon. Cuz
Yep.
like he's being held captive right now. So like we filmed all of this with the sword hilt in his hand. But then when
Oh, that was me.
What? The
Oh wait,
no.
Did we miss the biggest continuity error where he's wearing a different helmet?
No,
I
we
think
talked
I was
about,
gone
I talked
during that
about
episode.
that.
Okay,
Yeah, I talked
good.
about it, don't worry.
Yeah, I was Tragus in this scene.
No, I thought this was no. You're good right here, but when when was it Quasi Kyle? Quasi Kyle played Tragus at one point, and I thought it was in this scene.
He like flipped Tragus around at one point.
I feel like it was at least close to when they get rescued and he gets his gun back.
Yeah, he gets his gun back in the next when Winter shows up. He stands up and he already has his gun. Tragus does, but he shouldn't have a gun yet. And I think that was when it was Quasi Kyle playing him.
You wouldn't want to just rush into.
Probably. Sounds like it.
I believe that's what happened. I know I wasn't filming when it happened. I don't think.
Ah, yes. What happened to Void
Gosh,
Jedi?
dang it, Mitz.
What happened to Void Jedi Apple?
We still play games with Void Jedi and see him, and he was in town, and we're still friends and stuff. But he decided not to be involved in Husky Raid a while ago, a long time ago.
Yeah, like over a year ago now.
Yeah.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yes.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Sometimes spending hours on a video game when you're just sitting around isn't for everyone.
Yes.
So.
Some people want to play games and not just waste all of their time filming things in them for some reason.
Keyword waste, like really. It's,
We gotta get in there and help him.
but it's not a waste. This is beautiful. This is. I am proud of this.
I'm
very
proud
proud
of this season.
Till
overall,
argued
too.
with himself.
I love the arguing. Anytime Dan and Jim argue is one of my favorite things because
Yeah.
first of all,
that's
I love getting
great.
to voice Dan and I love having Jim be. I just love
Yeah,
Mitz.
Mitz.
Until
Oh,
he has his hand
yes.
cannon here, he shouldn't have it. Sorry, bothers me.
Wait, what happened to people in chat?
He shouldn't. Tragus was being held captive. He had his sword hilt out because he specifically was being held captive. But now he has a hand cannon all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Crazy guy inside them here to save his friend.
Oh man.
You can't shoot
Yeah.
before I
Mitz is great.
decide we
all right?
were going to do the rocket?
He's
I
just
never agreed to
the
that.
least actor in the group. It's just him being
Yeah,
him.
it's great because we just text him, "Hey, say this into your phone." And,
Your
like
iPhone,
text him a line.
and send me, and send his voice
then-
memos.
It's just great.
Jen, I'm glad you didn't notice because as I was editing, I realized it was a huge problem, and I also thought to myself, no one will ever notice. It's fine. That's what I said to myself.
I didn't even notice, and I knew what to look for, and then later I was like, oh yeah, there was supposed to be a continuity error there somewhere. But
Oopsie, it's fine. Everyone's
did
gonna
people
see it,
notice
and
the
that'll be
helmet?
fine. No, nobody noticed the helmet. I had to
That
point it out.
to
Yeah.
me, that's like bigger, like, but he was wearing a different shader.
Yeah,
at
the
least,
different
like,
shader
you
hides
know.
it, so you just don't notice
Oh.
it, man.
We probably have technicians at the precinct that could help separate you two.
Technicians at the precinct that can separate them.
Wait, are you serious?
How could that work out?
Bribery.
later?
Yeah, we're the good guys, remember?
If only there were.
So
I've
why
got.
don't you put that
Dan
rocket
is the only
through?
character that's had a plan for like 3 seasons. I feel like in my head.
You're good people.
Oh
Does this mean
man.
we don't get to kill anyone?
I like the scene. I like watching for when Derek's just isn't there anymore.
Yes.
Take him back to the precinct.
I think we did a good job of it not being obvious that he like disappears.
Yeah,
We just kind of
yeah.
forget about him.
I'm the one who's actually a cop.
Rookie, would you just
Is Winter's dead? I
Yep,
don't
he
know.
is
Game.
gone.
Fine. Come on, big
Is
guy.
Winter's dead? Yes, he's
Wait,
toast.
where is Derek?
You thought Dan was gonna fall off the edge here? Oh no!
I saw him
no!
I almost did too, actually.
He must have gone to try and take on the boss.
I remember this was a tough one to stage to block out. Like I remember like standing here forever, like trying to think of how the heck. Because I think I filmed most of this.
Yeah, you filmed
Part-
all
this
of
part.
all of this part. I'm pretty sure.
And I was like, where am I gonna put people? Like it just
We're always gonna be part
one of those classic when I'm filming and I just go quiet for like
Uh-huh.
10 minutes, and people are like, Kyle,
Are you there, Kyle?
Where's
Hello?
Kyle?
It's okay,
Kyle?
and then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, I think I got it. And then
Come on, Tragus. Let's go show them why we're the best dang cops in the galaxy.
I love that cannon shot.
I know, right?
Yeah,
right on them
How-
leaving. I
how
know it was so
silent it is.
perfect. I had to leave that.
Why do you
Oh
always
man.
have to yell?
Oh wait, it wasn't silent.
Well, it looks
Never
like
mind.
the Chief's got her
beautiful.
right where he wants her.
What are you talking about? He's about to get himself blown
Yes.
up.
This was something that I'm glad that we found a location that kind of works for
He didn't
this.
make it to the
You
top
know,
by being
like
good
Yeah.
at his job.
another one
he
where
had
I had
something
no
to
idea
do.
how we were possibly gonna film it. This is all on
Also-
Kyle.
Also, for those who thought the musical episode was pointless, this is right here.
We got our jobs at the academy.
This
It's all
is
about
the
them. All setting
thing that
up.
they got their jobs or their passed their test.
Exactly. They passed their test doing this. You see,
I mean, I'll go high
that scene
before
was
you
all
step.
set up, and the musical episode in itself was all a setup for the entire framing of this season. The musical episode was about them coming together as officers for the first time, and this whole season is about them falling apart and relearning what it takes to be partners again before untimely things happen.
I'm just
Yeah,
going
stop. Yeah, you're gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me cry.
Themes, man, they were all there. They were set up. It was all planned, baby.
I like how the snow was going up towards the sky and then it started falling.
Yeah, well, that's because I quite frequently reverse shots and then I take the shot, I reverse it, and then I put it going the right way right afterward. If somebody's only
I
talking
noticed it
for
twice now.
Yeah. Oh, it happens
The
every
reversal.
episode.
It's a
so
classic
many
trick.
times. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the flipper.
everything myself. One more step, Tragus, and I'll
Scott, I like the whole planning thing, but there's something about just ending an episode with the greatest conspiracy in the galaxy, and then just leaving it at that. And
Just
seeing
leaving
what
it.
happens from there. Just
Boom.
get the ball rolling, baby.
There's nothing to live up to there at all, you know? So
Yeah.
ridiculous. Why does Tragus lie about so much stuff? Because it's hilarious to us, Rise, really?
Huh? He has all those degrees.
Yeah, those are all
He
real.
fully- These are all real.
Well, it's a really
Oh
hard
man,
way
we
to
answered that
begin.
way
Let's go
earlier,
low in
CRZ.
misery,
You'll just
a
have to
slow,
go back and
tragic descent
rewatch,
from a
baby.
bright-eyed girl to jaded
Right?
villain.
Some more beautiful music by Chris.
What happened?
Bling,
No,
bling.
not really. This is just a quick way to make cash. Not
My wife
everything
is
has to
evil,
be some
guys.
big,
She
sad
she
story.
sounds so
I've
facetious
seen
when she
my dad as
talks.
criminal
She's
after
a very
criminal, and I
facetious
figured I
person.
could just
So
avoid their
that's
mistakes
accurate.
and
This is
get
just
away
how
That's
she
how
talks to
Celia
me.
always talks.
Are you
Yeah,
ready?
just
No.
always is talking to me
Did
this
getting
way.
an
Mean.
explanation make it all easier for you to succeed?
Tale of woe and misery.
Quick way to make cash. Oh, that took 9 months. That's my wife. Huh?
Ayo,
Ew.
ayo, This was the okay. I had to include that Derek's move line there and cut back to Tragus running because in the shots we had Derek's just disappeared from standing there and there was no shot of him leaving. I was like, ah, crap. It's the worst.
Winters.
Winters?
Winters, no.
Oh. I love his just dead body. It's just dead
Yeah.
in the ground. It looks so terrible.
Straight dead.
It's just-
Great.
Oh man. Oh, this is the best music right here, Chris's Oscar music. All right. You hear that?
Yeah, no.
They're all lined up just to see my man girls. I see
What time are you guys at right now?
I'm at 1748.
1742.
1750.
We're close.
Good.
So this line, Tragus talking to Winter's grave, was actually really fun for me to record. I don't know, it was weird. I had a lot of fun recording these last lines in this episode, but I just liked this whole paragraph. It was just kind of nice to read. I felt the feels, you know.
Got the
And,
feels,
and
baby.
then seeing that awesome did you do that, Scott?
No, that was Maggie. It was good, so it was
okay.
Maggie, of course.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's really good. So
Oh my gosh, and I almost forgot the best news.
I love it.
Ted
I
got
thought it turned
trying
out
to
pretty
siphon
well.
funds off
Pretty
to buy
well.
a clown
This
costume
was
for Derek.
this is one of those.
So they fired him.
I was terrified of the prospect of editing this line for Kyle because I was like, oh god, is this gonna take 40 minutes of takes starting and stopping? But it was pretty good. It was pretty easy to edit together.
I just wish you could be there to see it. I really miss you.
And now it's suddenly a different
Hey, Tragus,
time of day. It's
sorry
nice.
to interrupt, but we got a call on the
Watch your
radio.
Destiny videos, dude.
Oh,
Oh
rookie.
my gosh, I was
Don't
actually
you
just
know
about
never
to
to
do
sneak
it.
up behind
Not
a
gonna
man
lie to
with
you,
a
Melee,
black
I
belt?
was.
You're just lucky my senses are so finely tuned and I
So
already knew
savage.
Don't worry about interrupting.
Tears, sad times right there. Tragus and his black belts. I like that he says don't sneak up on a guy with a black belt because we've already established that his black belt is literally just black
it's just a
belts.
black belt at Walmart.
Yeah.
You just
He has
bought.
10 black belts.
Oh yeah, baby. You can buy them anywhere. Oh, I love the
You
shot
can
with
buy
the
them anywhere.
shadows.
I don't know why people think they're so prestigious.
The shadows in front of them, so good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I loved watching this, like seeing them go back to here. Like it's just like
Yeah, man.
good memories.
This is
Good memories.
was-
Oh, are we making a movie, guys?
Yes,
yeah,
Destiny
clearly.
movie.
The movie.
Coming to theaters near you.
Dun, dun, dun. If anything, if more episodes come, they'll probably be just. It'd be the opposite of a movie. They'd be smaller episodes. So you can just.
5 minute
they're
long.
easier to get done, and put out faster. Ooh, filming this was fun because we went into the mission so we could get the version with like all the dead Vex
All
there.
the crap.
Also,
Yeah,
whose
that-
idea was it to post that picture of the lower half of Tinsel in the chat?
Well,
And
that
I was
was-
like,
that
it's
was-
Tinsel! And you guys were like, no, it's not. And I was like, okay.
That was the worst lie in the chat because you're like it's Tinsel and they're like no no it's just from season 1. I was like it's got a freaking Vex
got a
leg. Like,
Vex
that
leg.
came way later. Like the worst lie.
No, that was funny.
Yeah.
Whoever tried to do that lie. This was a. Okay, so I liked filming that or editing this part because I don't even know if that shot was on purpose with the like the shaking camera, but somebody just like threw a grenade and it was like, all right, well that kind of works for the vibe of the scene.
I think
So-
Hello,
I think
officer.
it might have been. I think
Alright.
I
Would you
filmed
like
it.
to save your friend?
Dang it, Sean.
There it is. Tinsel's back.
I really like, and you like my really cheap effect of using the shot where we went into the portal, Kyle, and like you looked up and it was
Yes,
spinning,
I did.
and just
It
putting
wasn't
that
as good as
over.
the electricity, but
I was like, that looks good enough. We'll just do that. Oh
And then the
man,
very end scene.
the very
I
end.
love this end part. I was so I almost like went away before the end of it. I was like, no, I'll watch the end of the credits, see what he did with it.
Oh man.
End credits are the best.
Winters is dead.
Officer Winters.
I love this stupid thing.
Officer Winter.
Oh my goodness. Get to the face. This song gets stuck in my head so much. It's ridiculous. Like, almost since the first time I heard it, I sing it nonstop. But we all know Winter's death is not the saddest death in all of
No,
Destiny. Cops.
absolutely not.
Jingle.
No.
Definitely
No,
Jingle.
not Jingle.
Oh, Jingle's
Not
nothing
Jingle?
compared to
Oh, I
Guard
missed
2.
Jingle.
Guard 2.
Guard
Rip.
2. Gone but
Jingle.
never forgotten.
That's it.
Sacrifice.
Gone but never forgotten.
We'll never
Rip
forget
Guard 2.
2. Ugh. But that's it. Do we watch Destiny or Stranger Things, by the way, Renzo? Well, we have a Destiny Cops episode that is
That's it.
literally a parody
Oh,
of Stranger
that's-
Things. So yeah.
That's Stranger
Let's just
Things.
watch all the dance videos.
Oh,
With
yeah.
the best intro.
Oh, I love the intro for that. Well, guys, is there anything else you want to say about season 2?
No.
Winter's saying it, duh.
Season 2 was a great season. It started off great. We did those streams, and then a lot of stuff happened, and
We all got
we had
very
to
busy.
kind of trudge along with it.
Yeah.
But thank you, Scott,
guess the only
for
thing I
keeping
would-
with it.
I guess the
That-
only thing I would
just-
add to like questioning of the people in the poll or whatnot was like I think we did a really good job of at least saying, hey, we're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get it to where we're gonna release it every Tuesday, like the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. I thought that was fun with the pre-release parties. So, and I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like everybody else did too. So I think that was one really cool thing we did this season.
I loved
22.
those streams. There was just no way we were gonna be able to keep up with it.
It was
no,
tough because we were like,
yeah.
okay, we can keep up with it. We were like, maybe we can. It'll be good to get these out before Destiny 2 comes out, blah, 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 which I
Yeah.
think was, but it was mostly just, it's kind of just a great thing that it all came together.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing happened. And that was all because of Scott, because all of us kind of dropped, I had a kid and like Deshaun got back to work and, Will had to finish his degree and everything. And so
Yeah.
Scott just made it happen, which was just great.
It's really all
because-
thanks to Maggie. So let's just all give Maggie all the credit because
Well,
she's the one who really
the
did
Maggie love,
everything.
yeah.
How come
But,
Rookie can take 2 rockets, but Winters can only take 1? It's the Gallarhorn, baby. All right. Gallarhorn has the power, in my personal headcanon, to permanently kill people. That's what makes it special.
Yes.
That's why it's a powerful weapon for them to find. We never explain that, and mostly because, like, who cares? wish one of the Winters to die, and we don't pay that much attention. But that's how I justify it. That's the difference. All right.
That was a tough scene because it was like, how do we make him look dead?
Yeah.
But how do we like kill him? And like, so it was like,
weren't we using
Gjallarhorn
him changing
them
teams to make him like fall down and die?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we had him just like so that you could get the shot like as soon as he fell without like explosions lingering and stuff like so we could get it a little bit longer.
Right. Oh, the tricks we've learned. All the useless skills we have.
Yes. Maybe they'll apply someday. I'll say this.
Hey, we used them in high grade film school, so
it's true. There we go. I'll say this for season 3. At the very least, I intend to at least write it to a point. Write episodes that finish off the current cliffhanger. You know, that's all. That's all I know for sure will happen. Whether or not we ever find the time and the ability to make those episodes, no matter what the official way that the story ends, we will put that out there some way. Even if we have to do it as a radio play or do it as Photoshop
just a table
cutouts
read
stuff. Yeah, like I suggested, the South Park style. We'll do something. We'll make it happen, people. All right, make something happen. Hopefully. But yeah.
Yes.
I think we're is that it, guys? We called.
I think so.
I think that's it for this.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. That was a blast.
Thank you. You're all cool. And stay beautiful and keep clicking them ads. Give us the money. What?
What?
What's that thing? Whoa! All right, I'm gonna. I guess I'll end the stream. But you know, if you want to
Picus
see,
is dead.
Picus is dead. If you want to see more of me of my old mug, streaming. By the way, I'll just say quickly, you go to twitch.tv/megamag, which every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now. You guys are cool. Goodbye, everybody.